I have arrived. I have put my phone into do not disturb mode, so hopefully we're not going to be disturbed for the remainder of this live stream. We should not have any more black screens or glitches or anything like that. Now we're going to put on the chat. Okay. That looks like it's good. Let me work on the lighting. That also looks like it's good. And now I'm just gonna wait for you guys. Should I mess with the lighting a little bit more while I'm here? Or should I not? Should I mess with my hair a little bit more? Or should I not? I don't know. I gave myself a trim. My mom trimmed the back of my hair because it was getting really long, and I just trimmed the front around the ears. I don't think my hairdresser's gonna be too happy with me, but real life over here. Hey, take no prisoners. I'm glad that you found me once I came back. But we do have the do not disturb on, so we should not be interrupted with any more phone calls. I can't imagine who's gonna wanna call me right now, because literally like the only people I usually talk to, I'm in the same house as them right now, which is like my mom, so. Yes, Tiffany, we are back, and we are definitely better than ever. It's been like a hot minute since I went live, and I feel like, my members know when I do like a members live stream, like what have I shared with you guys? The longer I'm on, the more I feel like I'm getting warmed up. I get better the longer I'm on, so I feel like the first one was like the warm up, and now I'm like ready. I'm ready to be with you guys now. But I'm gonna take a sip of something to drink. Hey, T. Roberts. I'm glad that you found me again. Take no prisoners. That style looks great on you. Not many people could get that off. Thank you so much. I had ridiculously long hair when I was younger, and I always wanted to cut it. And then once I got divorced, I did. Because, you know, like when you're ready to change your life, that's what you do. And I am not going to have long hair ever again. Like it was ridiculous. It was like down to my waist. It was ridiculous the amount of hair that I had on my head. And I always felt like my hair was wearing me and not vice versa. So I just like it short. I just like it like I could just do whatever with it, right? I could just, whatever. It looks good, right? And it's not too much, and I don't feel like it's overpowering me, and that's the story with my hair. There we go. That's the short and long of it. Reminding you guys to consciously hydrate. Hello, Rainy. T. Roberts, do you know your natal placements have anything in Virgo? T. Roberts, you are on fucking fire. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 planets in Virgo. I have very, 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 very prominent and very strong Virgo placements. So yes, I'll give you my top 3 though. So Capricorn Sun, Leo Moon, and Leo Rising. Could you not tell by the hair? Of course, prominent Leo placement as well. But yes, I have a stellium of planets in Virgo. So you are on fire, T. Roberts. You know your shit. I don't know how you knew it, but you know it. I am not sponsored by, what am I being? I don't even know what I'm drinking. I'm not sponsored by Naked. I'm just reminding everybody to please stay hydrated. Whatever it is, if it's tea, if it's coffee, if it's juice, if it's not soda. But please stay consciously hydrated.
Have you ever been sponsored?
I have never been sponsored. I actually got an email by a company that wanted to sponsor me, but it wasn't gonna work because I don't do, like, they wanted to send me like a microphone, and I was like, I'm not that kind of YouTuber. I like record on my cell phone, so I don't really think that like the sponsorship was gonna work for me. But I was like, wow, okay, I guess we're going some places if I get like offered sponsorship.
Yeah, you're going somewhere.
Hello, MD Rasu. Take no prisoners. I was with my ex for 10 years. Yep. As soon as I found the strength to leave, I cut mine as well. It was to my waist as well, and I'm a Virgo. Girl, you and me both. I was like, I actually had cut my hair in 2012, and I had it short for maybe about 2 years, and then I grew it back. But I loved having it short, and I always wanted to have it short again. So first opportunity I had to cut it, I did. And I love having short hair, and I'm never going back. T. Roberts, me too. Is your Venus in Virgo? I need to think about that. You know what? I'm not sure, T. Roberts. I actually don't remember that. I don't think so. I don't think it is though. Do you know how to whistle? Keshav, I do not know how to whistle. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's like the criteria, if that's like the make it or break it for wanting to like tune in and be a sub. I'm sorry, I can't whistle. Not if my life depended on it. I can't do a Rubik's Cube and I can't whistle. And I'm sure there's like a host of other things I can't think about either that I can't do. Anthony Astroburn, come and drink vodka with us. Here's the thing, I don't drink anymore. Not that I had a drinking problem. I always feel like it's like drinking is the one thing, like if you don't do it, people think there's something wrong with you. I have not imbibed in any alcohol, not that I had a problem with it, but after I had a spiritual awakening, I have not imbibed in any alcohol, and I have not had any illicit drugs either. I mean, that ended many, many years before. I'm fun, but I'm not that kind of fun anymore. So, I mean, maybe it'll come out, but I'm gonna be like the designated driver. I could still be fun though. Take no prisoners. So many women. Yes, it is liberating. Is it not the most liberating thing? Steve. Mike, you suck my sponsorship. I was floored. I got like, it doesn't matter that I actually like, I'm not following through with the sponsorship. Like the fact that I even got, what babe?
Please don't yell.
I'm sorry if it seems like I'm yelling. I think the fact that I even got like proposed sponsorship, I was like, okay, we're clearly going places if people are reaching out and offering me sponsorship now. T. Roberts, your style is so, yes, thank you. You should see my apartment. You should see, like, when I come here, I'm being conscious, I'm trying not to yell. When I come to the East Coast, I'm doing, like, organization for my family. Like, I did my mom's bathroom last week, and then I went with my sister-in-law to a store to get, like, organizing bins, and we're gonna do, like, her place next week. Like, this is what I do. Like, I actually derive immense pleasure in doing it. I would do it, I do actually do it for fun, and I'm not getting paid for it. Like, I did this, like me doing YouTube for you know, putting out content without having sponsorship or without like monetizing the channel. Like organizing is right up there with doing this. Like I love it, and I do it for free, and I would continue to do it for free because I love it.
Well, Mom.
Yo.
You kinda. Mom, you.
Hi Lisa, I'm glad you made it, dear.
I lost my train of thought.
Come back to me when you remember it, okay, love? Anthony, you are in Siberia. Buddy, can I tell you something? My dad was born in Siberia. I have Siberian blood in my veins. I will meet you there one day, and we will have a good time. I just won't be drinking with you. But I'm Siberian, buddy. I am Siberian. My dad was born in Sызrань, Siberia.
That might be correct.
No, it's not might be. It definitely is correct. He was definitely born in Sızrань, Siberia.
Because Sızrань is on your weather app.
Yes, Pip is squeaky clean. Hello, Aleana and Altalia. I'm glad that you joined us today. Yes, it did sail. Yes, long road. I was actually talking about this with my mom, I think maybe like last week. We were saying that, like, this is more maybe like her generation, but her experience is a lot of people, when they're like empty nesters and the kids are grown and the kids have moved out of their house, actually get divorced. Because it's like they just spent maybe 20 or 25 years raising little ones, and they're ready for a change, and the change doesn't necessarily like include divorce per se, but it's like their spouse has an antiquated view of them, in which the spouse sees them strictly as a caretaker and wants to almost like be taken care of the way the children were taken care of, and the women were like, no, like, I did that, I raised littles, you're an adult, I don't want to raise you. So her experience is that like a lot of 60 somewhat aged women tend to actually get divorced for that reason. I think that's very interesting. Anthony wants to come and steal me and take me to Russia. You might not have to steal me though. Like, I'll meet you there. Just give me some time. Like, I got some things I gotta do on my end before like I can just like sail away to Russia and be in a pub with a bunch of like rowdy Russians and be the designated driver.
Hey, Mom.
And also, I'm not gonna come in the winter. Like, I live in a warm climate. Like,
Hey, Mom.
no. Yeah, babe.
Can I steal that juice?
You can steal it because they haven't sponsored me. No, that's not why. You can steal it though. Go ahead.
I'm laying down.
Here. Pip is doing like, oh, if you guys don't know, I have a little kid. We affectionately call him Pip. Like
Yes.
Monsieur Pipsqueak, but we call him Pip for short. So
I
if
don't
you
like
hear
that.
you don't like it, if you hear the voice of a little human being, that's who it is. And no, Anthony, he is not coming with us to Russia to sit in a pub and drink. He's a minor. He's got some time to go yet.
I
He's
won't
like a little.
drink, but I will be with you because you're my mother.
I love you.
Bye. I'm going back to watching.
It's very warm in Sisran. It's not Siberia. It's very... No, really? I thought Sisran is for sure. Hello, Gabriel. I'm not a ma'am, I'm a miss. But it's the same sentiment. Hello. Oh, this again?
I don't like the update either.
Okay, so Pip has a tablet, and...
Didn't you already say this?
Well, there's new people on
We
the
can
line
watch
now.
the replay.
Anyway, there's a new update,
I'm
and
sorry.
literally every 10 seconds now, I have to put in the passcode.
Yeah, every time it turns off, the passcode has to be put in. It's
There you go,
basically
buddy.
like an iPhone. And I don't like the iPhone update. It also reorganized all the tabs, which I'm kind of happy about.
I'm learning so much about this, just like you guys. I didn't know
But
that it
now
reorganized
makes it
all the
harder to
tabs.
Access the browser because now it's Silk Web. I have no idea what that is.
Me neither. It's Silk Web now, apparently.
Ow, that hurt.
Take no prisoners. Anthony, how sweet. That's interesting about divorce after the kids are gone. Pip is so sweet. How old is he? He is going to be 9 in September.
I didn't agree to this, but okay.
He didn't agree to something, but okay. Me sharing your age?
I didn't agree to it, but I'm okay with it. Can you kiss me? I got hurt.
Of course. And I will never show his face until he's 18, and he can decide for himself
You can
if
have
this is
your
what...
juice back.
Thank you, buddy. When he can decide for himself if this is something that he wants, but the internet is forever, and as a parent, it's my job to protect him. So until he is older and he actually knows what he's signing up for, if he wants to share his likeness and his representation online, not until he is 18.
Mom,
Yes, darling.
it happened again.
What are they saying about Russians now? What do you mean, what are they saying about Russians now? I have no idea what they're saying about Russians now. Dude, this is like ridiculous. Please.
Mom, when you retire, I'm taking over SoularFlow.
This is Mama's time now. I don't know, Anthony. What do you mean, what are they saying about Russians now? Tommy, my dad... Oh, okay, that's a long handle. I see what you're saying there. I'm going to just reference you as Tommy, okay? Tommy is saying, greetings from Slovakia. I'm just stopping by to spread... Oh, I love that, Tommy. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Tommy. Thank you. And love and abundance of love and positive energy back to you. Thank you so much for popping in and pressing that like button to help with the algorithm. I really, really appreciate that tremendously. Anthony said something in Russian. Sorry, I don't know what that is. Hello, Kristen, my darling. I'm glad that you made it. I don't know what you're thanking me for, but thank you. That's really, really thoughtful and really, really sweet of you. And just to come in and spread like the positive vibes, like that's what we're here. That's what we're about here on this channel. So I greatly appreciate it.
I like hearing the live stream, so I'm gonna sit down on the couch.
Okay, but you gotta shh.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna go play Minecraft.
Zip it. That's a good. I think Minecraft is a perfectly acceptable way to. Yes, guys, please. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it. It really does help with the algorithm.
It does. Maybe even.
Tommy, in that case, I'm subscribing at this instant. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that immensely. Like you, Tommy, I will take 10,000 more subs just like you. Let's manifest it, guys. Let's manifest these positive, high vibe, intentionality people that are just easygoing and they want nothing but to spread like love and warmth and high vibes and positivity. Dude, I'll take 10,000 more just like you. We are manifesting it. We are manifesting
How about
it.
this? One of them over 1,000 subs that don't really care. How about that?
T. Roberts, I wish more people would consider their kids that way. Thank you for saying so. I do actually, I see a lot of, there's actually one account that I follow on Instagram. And I really, really like the account, and I really like what they stand for. And it's somebody that talks about like healthy eating. And Pitt, you're gonna figure it out in a second, but don't say, because I don't want to like single any one particular account out. But there is one account that we actually do follow, and this particular account really helped me like clean up my diet and clean up my life and become like yeah, but one of them has a kid and one of them doesn't.
Oh, okay, that one.
But don't say what it is. And I really like this account, and I learned so much from this person, and they really want to have like high vibe intentions in wanting to get people get healthy.
Sorry.
But this person set up a Instagram account for their 5-year-old, and I'm floored by that. I'm flabbergasted, because it's obviously not the child that is like controlling and contributing to their own Instagram account. It's the parents that are recording the child doing something, and this is a 5-year-old. So to me, it just, I don't know, I look at it and it feels like they're like pimping out their child. And I'm not saying that that's obviously what they're doing. I mean, it could be, who knows? But that just feels so wrong. And again, like, they don't know what they're consenting to. Like, even if you have a very, very mature child, their brain is not fully developed at this point in their life. They don't know what they're agreeing to. They don't understand what they're consenting to.
I would know what I would consent to.
Again, and this is a mature child that I have. I'm still going to protect his... I'm going to protect him for as long as I can. Now I'm going to catch up on some comments.
Good idea.
Take no prisoners. How do you read energy of the living? Essentially, so I'm actually going to have a video hopefully coming out maybe next week about that. I've actually recorded the segments of it, but the video needs to be edited. I have to go through it one more time to see if I like it or if I have to re-record it. If I have to re-record it, it's not going to be until I get home. Because, like, yes, it's great that I have a ring light. It's great that I can connect with you guys. It's not my space. It's not my domain. It's not the energy that I'm usually in. So if I have to re-record it, it's going to actually wait. But I actually do have a video coming out hopefully next week in which I talk about that. I'll give you like a very, very brief rundown. In essence, there's a portion of every soul that resides. It's kind of like the highest version of a person's, you know. It's like the highest version of a person is residing in energetic escrow with God at all times. And look at it this way, one candle can light many other candles, and the light of that first original candle is never extinguished just because it's lighting the light of other candles, other subsequent candles. That's the origin point of a soul. So when connecting to the energy of a person, it can either be connecting to that origin point of the soul, and that will also then therefore give me access to the entirety of all of their lifetimes, because again, it's the first candle that lit all of the other candles, or it's where I can actually energetically connect to an essence of that person's soul in the here and the now. And anytime I'm connecting with somebody's energy, it's always asking their consent. Some people are incredibly porous and they're wide open, and this is the case very often with a lot of celebrities because they're so used to naturally opening themselves up. They talk about themselves on the red carpet, they do interviews, they grant magazines access to come into their home and photograph them. They're very energetically porous. So they're the easiest kind of energy to connect to. And sometimes, because they're so easy to connect to, their energy just like bleeds out into me. They're ridiculously easy to connect to. But anytime I'm connecting with somebody's energy, I always have to ask their consent to connect to and to read their energy. And sometimes they just will not grant it. Sometimes it could be maybe the mood that they're in, or they just don't feel like opening up. But that's a very, very brief explanation for how I'm able to connect to the energy of a living person. And this is also, there's actually scientific explanations for how an energy reader is able to access and connect to another person's energy.
Are they true?
Well, I'll explain it to you right now. There's something called quantum entanglement.
I'm pretty sure I know what that is.
I think you know what it is also. So quantum entanglement is a proven scientific concept that has stated that there can be particles on opposite sides of the known universe, and what one particle does can directly impact the other particle on the complete opposite side of the known universe. So it's kind of like this, it's kind of like this idea of a butterfly flapping its wings in Atlanta, Georgia, can have an impact on something that happens, for example, in Russia. Because that's the way that energy works. There's no barriers with energy whatsoever. It's kind of like, imagine the wind and a chain link fence. A chain link fence is not going to be able to contain or confine the wind. It's going to go right through it. That is the way that energy operates. There is no barriers that can actually hold energy back. It can, and also, if you guys, I have a feeling Pip knows this. Who was it that said energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transformed?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Bill Nye's science book said that.
I know, but he wasn't the one that like said it initially. He has like the quote of somebody inside of it that said that. This is also going to explain why when our body...
I know who said it. Scientists said it.
Whoever it is, the body, even once the body, when we are unalived, your soul is nothing but pure positive energy, source energy that comes from the divine. Energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transformed. So when your body is unalived, your soul is not unalived with it, it's just transformed. It is actually just released from the confines of the human body. We don't actually cross over, we don't actually go anywhere. Like, how do I explain this? We go somewhere, but it's not like a physical location like heaven or hell. You're just transformed. You don't disappear just because your body is unalived. Like the energy essence of your soul is just transformed because it's pure energy. Energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transformed. I think I go on tangents. I think I went on a major tangent there. But let me catch up on some comments. And if you have more questions about that, please let me know down below and I will make sure to try to answer it. Hi Asif Raza, I am good. Thank you for asking. AW, hello everyone, spreading high vibes from Liverpool. Right back at you. I love your high vibes and I'm returning them to you tenfold. Got Gabriel ZZZ, greetings, cheers, and peace from, oh, Italy. Oh, baby, I love this international flavor that we have here today. I can say nothing in Russian. I'm sorry. I am like not doing my Russian compatriots proud today. I can say nothing.
You are not Russian.
I think I can say, like, this is something that just banged into my head. Das Vidanya, right? I think that's Russian. I have no idea what it means. My guides literally just like dropped it into my head right now. They were like, you can say something, you just might not actually know what you're saying. Because I can say, thank you, Kristen. I got some new babies. So I'm up to, I think...
28.
I think 27 or 28.
Count.
My new goal is 30. I want to get to
counting,
30.
I'm counting.
Oh, I don't know if you mean these or these, but yeah, I'm
Let me count. Oh, hi.
real life over here.
Let me
You want to
how
count?
many.
Shh, I'm gonna count. I'll actually count how many bracelets I have right here. One 1,000, two 1,000. No, I'm kidding. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
No, I went off. Oh, good.
My goal eventually, not really, is to basically have like a sleeve of bracelets going up both arms. Then I'm going to do my neck as well. Then I'm going to start wearing them like a crown above my head. No, I'm just completely kidding. But they're like, they're multiplying. Like I'm just getting more and I don't know when I'm going to stop. Like possibly when I run out of room on the left arm, then I'm just going to move on to the right arm. That's what's going to eventually, why?
Don't change to the right arm.
We're gonna, oh, and guys, you have to see this. So there's this amazing crystal shop in the city over here. And me and my mom went there and we got like lots of awesome crystals. And
I also went
and
there.
Pip also. I got this amazing ring. You guys have to see it. It was $25. I actually went back for it. Like we left and then I was like, I gotta go pull over, Mom. I gotta go back and get the ring.
Was it Trove?
Trove.
Yeah, Trove.
This is a citrine ring. It has 2 stunning pieces of citrine. This ring was $25. I don't even understand how. So check out this. Is this not gorgeous, guys? So it's kind of like, I don't know if you can see it. It's a wrap, like it wraps around the finger.
I want to give it a kiss.
Pip wants some of its energy.
Mwah.
It's got,
You've been living for 30 minutes this
That's
session
nothing.
of living.
we're just, it's like, imagine this is a bottle of wine. We've just uncorked the bottle of wine. Like it's just barely starting to breathe. Like check in an hour, it's gonna be a totally different live stream with totally different amazing energy. But check out this awesome citrine ring that I got for $25 with 2 magnificent pieces of citrine on it. This is why I had to go back and I had to get it. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't leave it there. So we got lots of bracelets here. We got, it's just, we're like just high vibe. There's nothing but high vibes here.
That's fair. There is nothing but high vibe.
Take No Prisoners said, I'm not down with that. I'm sorry, honey. I'm not sure what you're not down with. And I'm catching up on millions of comments.
Millie?
Sorry, guys.
Are you sure about Millie?
You are, Anthony, it was most nice to meet you as well. I will definitely make it out to Russia one of these days.
Wait, Anthony's leaving the live.
Take No Prisoners. I think you're not down with what I was sharing about that account that I follow where they opened the account. I know. I mean, even if people are not awake and they're not aware to what's going on in the world, like it's a fucking 5-year-old. It's just not okay. T. Roberts, yes, and the energy on the other side of the screen is what I worry about for kids. Completely agree there, T. Roberts. Kristen, I am okay, a day at a time. I hope you're all well too. Hello. I think that says Gem Jewel, first time here. I'm glad that you caught us today, dear. Gem Jewel, I think our soul is not in our body, but acts through our body. So as you said, our higher self is still with God and source. This is going to be in a video. Dude, you got to stop that. This is going to be in a video, hopefully coming out next week. Like, I feel like this is one of the most important videos that I've actually, like, it's one of the most, I think it's the most important content I've created. And I really want to do the content right by making sure the video is the best that it can possibly be. So if it's not, then I'm just not gonna share subpar material. It's gonna have to wait until I'm home for me to re-record it, but we'll see.
Wait, you're re-recording?
Yes, T. Roberts, I do cleanse my energy after connecting to energy, whether it's the soul of somebody on this side or whether they have crossed over, especially after I do live streams like this, where I'm connecting to, here's the thing, like it's an exchange of energy nonetheless, whether it's electronic or it's through a phone call when I'm working with a client, or I'm connecting to a person's energy when I'm looking into them, or when I go out into the, the so-called real world, like the 3D world. I am very...
The 3D world exists.
Yes, I am very conscious and meticulous.
I'm gonna go die for my ball.
Not everything needs to be said. You can do it without sharing it. I'm very, very conscious about cleansing my energy because I know how the energetic exchange works. So yes, every night before I go to sleep, I say a mantra to disconnect my energy from anybody else, especially after I travel, like I sage, and I'm always making sure at the end of the day to cleanse my physical body as well. Beth, what does it mean when a person's guides will not open up to you, like in my case? In a case like that, Beth, I would say it's one of two things. It's either the third eye is not open, or I would also say it's a self-protective mechanism, but I'm more inclined to say that it's like, in a case like that, if somebody came to me, well, I don't have to give you a hypothetical. You asked me, are you grounding? Are you meditating? Are you cleansing your physical body? Are you grounding yourself? Have you requested to connect to your guides? Do you really, really, really want to connect to them? Because I know a lot of people who say they want to, but are consciously and deliberately blocking themselves from connecting to the other side. So those are questions that I would ask you, which is to say, like, Beth, are you meditating? Are you grounding? Have you attempted to start a dialogue? And most importantly, do you really, 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 really want to connect to the other side? Yes, Sarah. Hi, Sarah, honey. T Swift is not, I'm at the point where I maybe only try to connect to her energy like once a month because she's so Taylor Swift. She's a fortress.
She's not a fast Taylor. She's not a Swift Taylor.
Her energy is a fortress. She will not open up to me. I have tried repeatedly. And she has like those very arched eyebrows. I can't do this. I don't have that kind of control. You know how some people can like pop one eyebrow? So she kind of like pops, energetically I'm saying, she kind of like pops one eyebrow and she looks down at me and she's like,
no.
She's a fortress. She just doesn't. Yes, T. Roberts, the butterfly effect. Perfectly said, you got it. I really got to catch up with my comments. I'm sorry, guys. Steve, Atlantine butterfly in Russia. The CIA warned me about the person who might say that. Thank you, Beth. Einstein said it. Perfect.
Thank you.
Take no prisoners. Fascinating. Thank you. You're most welcome. Steve, can anyone speak Canadian? All you need to know. How do you say sorry? I don't know. I have a Canadian friend. I know she says a lot. Like a? Like she'll finish saying something and she'll say a? I think that's Canadian, right?
Is it Canadian English?
I know, I'm just being sarcastic. Thank you, Kristen. They are fabulous. I agree. Oh, 6. Crystal bracelets are kind of, excuse my metaphor, they're kind of like the high vibe version of cockroaches. I'm sorry. They multiply. They get out of hand. Let's put it this way. They're actually like bunny rabbits. They multiply. They get out of hand. You start with 1, and the next thing you know, you got 6. And then, Kristen, trust me, girl, you're going to be at 12 in no time. And then you're going to be like, well, I might as well get to 15. And then 15 is going to turn into 20. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be at 27. And you're going to be like, well, I might as well have 30 because I'm so close to...
Yeah, that's your bracelet.
It's a slippery slope. Take no prisoners. That's really unique. I love it. AW. I've heard strange noises in my house. I live in a 1950s house in an ancient village. Ooh, my parish was mentioned in the Doomsday Book in, wow, 1086. That is wild. You might have visitors in your house. So when all right, let me get my... Fay, get it together, girl. This house that I live in, we have...
You don't live in this house.
Well, my mom's house. I used to live in this house. I grew up in this house. We have visitors here.
So you can pass through the basement.
Yes, and they also patrol the property, which sounds kind of crazy.
I sometimes feel the
and
energy of
Pitt feels the energy of them. And one time... So when I was growing up, I was scared shitless of going into the basement here. Because, I don't know, this was before I knew I was an energy reader and before I knew what I was feeling, but I always felt uncomfortable going into the basement. Now that I'm older and I'm an energy reader and I surrender to my gifts and abilities and I no longer try to fight them, I know why I was always spooked about going into the basement.
Because
and
there were no animals.
The basement, I don't know what, it's like, I think it's a ley line here or something like that. There's like visitors that walk, like they cross through the basement. Now that I'm older and I understand what the energy is, it doesn't scare me so much. I'm just like, okay, I get it. They're just, whatever. Okay, they're crossing through. But one time my mom asked me, like I would say in the last 6 months, to connect to the energy here. Because one of my first, what I now know to be mediumship, one of my first medium experiences happened when I was 4 years old. And I was sitting on the front steps right here, 4 years old.
And you saw people.
Shh. It's my story to tell. I know you know it. It's my story to tell.
What's mine?
So I was sitting on the front steps. I was 4 years old. My mom was sitting out there with me, and I asked my mom, I said, who are those people that are not people, and why are they walking across our lawn? And my mom's looking out, and she's like, there's no one there. And I was like, what do you mean?
There's
like,
somebody right there.
It's like, look, imagine the way you would see another person. It was like I was seeing them like that, but they were kind of like translucent. So they were, if you will, the representation of people, but it wasn't like you could see directly through them. So I saw 2 people when I was 4 years old walking across the yard.
2?
And
You never told me 2.
they started at the property line, they walked across, and then once they were out of view, it was like they were out of view. So recently my mom asked me to connect, and what was shown to me is that was a couple. It was an elderly man and an elderly woman. They were one of the owners, maybe the original owners of this house, and they crossed over, and they will sometimes actually come here and they will patrol the property. They like to check in on it. They like to make sure, like they feel, if you will, a level of attachment to this house So they occasionally will come and they'll check in and they'll patrol the property and they'll walk around, hemming out the truth. So once I came to understand that, I really had no fear associated with it, because I was like, they mean no harm. They just feel a level of attachment and they like to, they're kind of like informal guardian angels, if you will, but specifically to the house and the property that's here, and that's why they'll patrol it. So again, going off on a tangent, I have no idea how we even got here. It's like I fell asleep in a train and I ended up in Timbuktu and I meant to get off in like Tennessee. Yes, it's because of AW saying she hears strange noises in her house. You probably have some, I like to call them visitors. You probably have some visitors there, but something to keep in mind is even if you have visitors that are in the property, they don't have physical bodies, so they cannot harm you. Unequivocally, they can't. Tommy, thank you a lot. I recharged here my social batteries. Now onto breathe a life to Thomas Theorem. I am on a mission to put a smile on as many faces as possible by being kind. Dude, you succeeded. Thank you so much for bringing some positive high vibes our way. Steve, Faye, can we add Lou M. Taylor, the I can speak, I promise. This is a tricky one. The conservatorship specialist to Hollywood pop stars to the list to look into today. Yes, please remind me, because I'm still catching up on comments, but we will. Thank you, Kristen. Yes, the ring is magnificent, isn't it? For $25? Like, I was like, I'm not leaving it there. No way, no how. Take no prisoners. That's perfect for you. The ring resembles you very much. Absolutely. Kids are our most precious gift. Yes. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you for giving the reminder to everybody to give a thumbs up.
Thank you.
Thank you, T. Roberts. Thank you. I'm very, very conscious being an energy worker about the energy that I've tried to bring into my videos and into my live streams and into everyday interactions with people.
My name is not Pitt.
Shh, no, it's not, but your name is private. Just like your representation in the 3D is private. So I'm very conscious of that. So thank you for saying so. I appreciate it.
Bye.
I'm a little bit rusty because I haven't done like a live stream in a little while. So
True. I'm leaving now.
Okay, babe, love you. I am a little bit rusty though. Give me like an hour and I'll be like right on track though. Beth, no, I wasn't asking about what it means when my spirit guides wouldn't tell you they're, cheeky. They were maybe feeling cheeky. Well, that's a great question, Sarah. Can anyone learn to be clairvoyant? So what has been shown to me in the past about our gifts and abilities is that they are contracted to our soul, and we may or may not have in any given lifetime a soul contract to have the ability to connect to them and to work with them. So for example, I know somebody who lives in LA, and she had a number of very scary paranormal experiences when she was younger. And it scared her so badly, she completely shut them down. So you can shut your gifts and abilities down. Like, what do I always say? It's like a faucet. You can turn the faucet on, you can turn the faucet off. She made a conscious decision to turn the faucet off. So even if she has the access to that gift and ability, free will reigns supreme, whether you want it, whether you don't. But not every person has agreed, or when they were acting as the cosmic architect of their life experiences, not every person has agreed in every lifetime to have access to their gifts and abilities. We all have them, but we all have them in different varying degrees, and we don't all have access to all of them in any given lifetime either. So let's say, for example, you could have this woman that I was just talking about, who in this lifetime said that she didn't want to have access to it. It's a different chair than I'm used to. I'm like moving the cushion around. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't know. But let's say this is a woman that had 5 lifetimes where she was incredibly open and she was incredibly gifted. She gets to the 6th lifetime and she's like, I don't want it now. So when she is setting up the experiences that she's going to have as the cosmic creator of her life experiences, she says, no, I don't want to have access to it in this particular life. So the extrasensory gifts and abilities we have are contracted to us, but we don't all have access to all of them in any particular lifetime. So the answer to that is no, because not everybody has access to their clairvoyant gifts and abilities in every single lifetime. That's not to say that a person who doesn't have clairvoyance is not gifted in other ways and doesn't have access to it in other ways. So that's my answer. But I'm also going to say to you, it's not to say that if you don't have it, you can't learn to invite it in and work with it to different varying degrees. We can all, like, meditation for me is the key that locks every single door that connects to our gifts and our abilities. So if somebody wants to learn more about that, and if you want to learn what your particular gifts and abilities are in this lifetime, I have a session that I offer. It's on my website. I think it's called Gift Guidance and Confirmation Session or something like that. I honestly don't even remember what it's called. But that is a session. Shh, I love you too, babe. That is a session where I will specifically connect to your energy and to see what are the gifts and abilities that you have access to in this lifetime, and to also give you practical real life applications and tools in how you can invite them in and how you can work with them. Because everybody has different things going on in their life that can either inhibit or invite their gifts and abilities and their access to it in real life application. Steve, Fortress, more like 5 trees or 6 trees. Stress. Oh, hello, Bismarck. I'm so glad that you made it. Faye, can we have demons as our spirit guide? Well, that is an interesting one. I have not heard that one before. Interestingly enough, so Bismarck, I don't know if you heard the bit that I was saying a moment ago. I have hopefully next week a video coming out about that. I have to rewatch it and see if I like it, or if it has to be edited, or if it has to be re-recorded. That is going to be answered in the video that is hopefully coming out next week. But that's an excellent question. T. Roberts, what is the best way to disconnect from an unwanted energy? So what have you tried doing? Have you first and foremost, do you use a salt scrub every time you bathe or every time you shower? Do you sage yourself? Do you work with certain crystals that are going to be cleansing your energy? And if you are you cleansing the crystals? Because sometimes if they have an accumulation, it's kind of like a filter. If the filter is so jammed and clogged up, then it's not going to act as a filtration system. Do you protect yourself when you meditate? There's a lot of questions that I would ask in this case to kind of like ascertain where you are in your, in other words, what are you actually doing up until this point? Because there's a lot of things that I could share with you to do, but I need to know what you're actually doing. And I do actually, T. Roberts, I have a video about this. I think it's called, first I have one called High Vibe Home Hacks. There's a lot of great tips and tricks in that video. And then I also have another one called, I think it's Energy Protection, a video called Energy Protection. So if you have not yet seen those videos, I definitely recommend going back and watching them. But let me know what you are doing up until this point to cleanse your energy, and then I can give you some more practical tools and tips on top of that. Hey Mike, can you stop making stupid lives? I think stupidity is subjective, and if you think my lives are stupid, guess what? You're welcome not to watch them. Anthony, come, I'll introduce you to the shaman. I'll pump up the places of strength. In general, it will be fun. We'll go hunting. Let's go to, dude, I would love to come. I got some things going on in my life that I can't quite like just pick up and jet to Russia. but I absolutely want to go and see the birthplace of my father. Mike Rosen, I just stole your energy. Zap, if only it was that simple, buddy. AW, thank you, Faye. Wow, that was an amazing story about, thank you for saying so. See, the lives are subjective. We have Mike Rosen, who's like, you do stupid lives, ha ha ha. And then we have AW, that's like, that was an amazing story. So, subjective much? Take no prisoners. Tommy, thank you so much. Mike Rosen, thanks, bye. Bye, Felicia. Kristen, ooh, we appear to have a bitty troll. We do, but the troll bounced, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Sarah, Faye, I think you may need some moderators to keep the... So I think we're getting to the point where I'm gonna need that, because I'm also kind of like the, you know, the comments, they're piling up. If any of my viewers wanna be a moderator for the next live, please, you know, reach out to me, drop me an email. Let's see what that would look like. And again, you know, free will reigns supreme, so it's only if like you feel called to be a moderator. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Frey, I'm so glad you made it. Frey, my mom and her 4 siblings also grew up in a house which had a lot of paranormal activity. My mom thought many times that the house was being broken into, but it was just the noise from the spirits. I love that story, Frey. It basically illustrates it perfectly. Frey, but my mom and others actually never viewed the house as being haunted. They were simply a lot of different spirits there, and most of them were benevolent. That doesn't mean they don't. Yes, absolutely, Frey. Hello, I think that's Tamika, right? Hi, Mom and Faye, first time catching live. I'm so glad that you caught us, Tamika. Yes, Frey, it can definitely be creepy from time to time. You can give me a kiss on the cheek, but not, thank you, dear, putting your face into the screen.
Good idea.
Not cool, Mike. It's okay, Tamika. You know, it comes with the territory of opening yourself up and putting yourself out there, and like putting yourself out there on YouTube. It happens, and you know, the vibe doesn't work for everybody, and that's cool. I'm okay with that. Like, but it's also like, where, you know, because to me everything is like vibration. Where am I vibrationally a little bit sloppy, in which I'm a vibrational match for somebody like that? And what I have always kind of viewed when people are making comments like that, they're looking for a connection. They're looking for connectivity. But the way in which they're looking for it, they may not be perfectly aligned with their own highest expression of themselves. So the way in which they seek the connection is negative reinforcement instead of positive reinforcement. But again, everything is a vibration. So it's like, okay, obviously in my own personal vibration right now, I'm an energetic match for this person, and that's why this person was here, and they felt compelled to seek a connection in a not highly aligned way. That's all it is. Like everything that happens to us in our life, hi sweetie. You got this on your own. I can't come this time, but you remember what I said to you last time? Like you got this, dude. I completely lost my train of thought there. I think you guys got where I was going with it though. Take no prisoners. It's so exhausting. Thank you. I appreciate it. Take no prisoners. Hey, Bernice. So Bernice, I'm not actually in a new space. I'm visiting my mom on the East Coast. I'm currently in her living room right now. I have not moved. I'm still in my apartment where I always do my recordings from, but I just needed to connect with you guys. And I was kind of getting the sense that there was kind of like, energy is everything. If I'm feeling it, it's kind of like 2 ways, right? So I ordered a ring light. It's not the same ring light. I'm getting used to the ring light. I'm getting used to the lighting. I'm a little bit rusty. It doesn't matter because we're here and we're together. That's the bottom line. But thank you for the positive high vibe wishes nonetheless. Yes, I'm looking forward to speaking with you on Friday, and my mom is gorgeous. I agree with you. Hello, PH Rolls. Hi, Faye and everyone. I hope that you can add the Kendrick Lamar and Drake rivalry to the list. Hi, baby. To the list of energy readings if you can connect to either of them. So I've been getting a lot of requests for Drake lately. So even though he's somebody that I have previously looked into for an AMA, I have a feeling I'm going to add him back to the list, and I'm going to bump him up a little bit higher. Yes, Tamika, everything is a vibration. That's what it is. It's like I'm not like feeling like I'm so perfectly high vibe and aligned right now. Like, you're most welcome. I am not in my home. I've been traveling. It's not the energy that I'm used to. It's my energy is not usually where it would be when I can have the most control over my environment. So I'm a little bit wobbly in my vibration. That's why I'm going to be an energetic match for somebody like that. That's okay, because when these external events come into us, they are holding up a mirror for us to see where we are at. This is just reinforcing what I already knew coming into the live stream. I'm not where I ordinarily would want to be. That's okay, because as I always say to you guys, and as I always remind you guys, it's real life over here. So it's okay if I'm not perfect. It's okay if I'm not like the best version of myself on any given day. Because when we are who we are, we're giving permission to other people to be who they are. Things do not have to be perfect for them to be right and for them to be meaningful. Look at my earliest videos. I can affectionately now make fun of it. The lighting was terrible. I had a terrible secondhand light that I bought from somebody for $15. The lighting was terrible. My makeup wasn't great. My hair wasn't great. The shelf behind me, I didn't even know like to straighten out the, my phone, or to edit it to make it look straight. None of that matters. Things do not have to be perfect for them to be meaningful. So even if somebody chooses to just listen to it and not look at the draperies, the fixtures of it, they're still going to get something out of it. And it was still an offer made with positive, high intentions. So it's real life, and it doesn't have to be perfect for it to be meaningful. So that's an invitation for everybody as well. Like, what do you yourself want to do that maybe you're holding back from doing because you're like, it's not going to be perfect, so I can't do it? Who cares? Take the first step. Be who you are. And then through the accepting of yourself as you are, you're going to be inspiring other people to do it as well. That's all that matters. Catching up on comments. You are most welcome, PH Rolls. Hey, Jamara, I'm glad you made it. Jamara, I didn't move. I feel like I have to say it every time somebody pops in now. I'm visiting my mom on the East Coast. I'm in her living room. I didn't move. Tamika, so yes, I know. The Drake and I'm getting a lot of requests. So I think I'm gonna bump it up, and I'm gonna see if their energy wants to come back in. Bernice, there is no need to apologize, my dear. I'm currently in New York right now, Bernice. Last week we were in Washington, D.C., and I'm working on my mom to see if I can get her to do another like mini East Coast, even if it's like a long day trip. I'm working on my mom to see if I can get her to do like another like day trip or mini road trip or something like that. Because like Pip is older, he's really into history. And I like to, now that he's older, I like to give him experiences that he's really gonna remember. And it's also giving him experiences where he can read about something in a history book and then he can go to it and he could see it in real life and in person. So we're doing it and we're having a great time. You look like you need, no, I'm not moving over to the East Coast, Bernice. I'm from the East Coast. I'm very, very content on the West Coast, as I affectionately refer to it as the best coast. This is not an energy that I like to actually be in. Like for the entire, specifically New York, but certainly the East Coast, feels very three-dimensional and heavy, dense energy. Part of that, T. Roberts, this is for you and all my friends that are into astrology. Part of that is in fact due to, like, if you know about astrocartography is like, what is the, at the time of your birth, the placement of the planets and where they went across the globe. So over the entire east coast of the United States, I have Saturn and Pluto. You cannot, in my opinion, I have a Saturn sun. I know what the energy is like. Saturn and Pluto, I have it over the entire East Coast. It's a very, very heavy, dense energy. So every time I come here, the energy feels very heavy. Please stop that, love. Thank you, dear. The energy feels very heavy and very dense for me. Over on the West Coast, i.e. the best coast, I have the moon and I have Neptune. So the moon, like the West Coast feels like home to me because my moon placement is there. It's like light, it's effervescent, and then Neptune, it's just like, it's a nice energy. So there's a reason I chose to move from the East Coast because I don't like the energy here. But thank you for saying so, Bernice. Steve, brighter the light, the more the bugs. Exactly. PH rolls. Right, Tamika? Especially with Kendrick releasing his viral video for TNLU. I appreciate that, Take No Prisoners. Omkar, I am on Instagram. I have a account called SoularFlow Official. That's my business account. And I like to share more stories and things like that. I share I mean, anyone that kind of follows me there, I share really, really fun stories. I don't do a lot of posts, and come find me there if you want to. Tamika, I remember those being fast. Thank you, Tamika. I appreciate that, dear. Take no prisoners. Never mind. You turn that around. Car, can you share your Instagram? It's at SoularFlow Official, and I believe it is all one word, at SoularFlow Official. Because believe it or not, how rude of somebody actually took SoularFlow the exact way I spell my account, SoularFlow. It's a yoga account, and they I think posted on it one time. They're really not rude. I was just saying that to try to be sarcastic. They posted one time on it, and then I don't think they've ever posted again. And I actually sent them a private message to ask if they intend to keep it, and if not, if they could like release it, because I wanted to take it over. Never heard back from them. I think they have like one post from 2016 or something like that. So, you know, we do the best we can. SoularFlow is taken. Okay, SoularFlow Official. There we go. That's how that happened. T. Roberts, pretty sure I've been energy reading all my life, but just tapped into it over the past years. Think I might absorb a lot, feel heavy, usually meditate or light candles, admittedly not daily. Okay, so thank you for that, T. Roberts. This is what I'm going to share with you, which is, again, meditation is the key that unlocks all the doors to not only our gifts and abilities, but to our connection to the divine and our connection to the other side. So what I would say, if you feel you have a dark, heavy energy in your life and you want to sever your connection from it, focus on things first and foremost that are going to raise your own personal vibration. That's number one. Because the more high vibe you are, the less you yourself personally are going to be an energetic match for any sort of low entity that is connected to you. So, you know, some things, everyone's different, but what works for me when I want to raise my energy, my vibration, work out, meditate, shower, things like that.
Why is it so loud?
I don't know. Listen to music.
I need to give you a kiss.
You can come give me a kiss. I'm all about high vibe. Love is as high vibe as it gets. Thank you. That was so sweet. So focus on doing things that are going to raise your own personal vibration. So again, for me, listening to music, showering, working out, meditation. But then what are some of the things that you may or may not be doing in your three-dimensional life as well? So what I do is I have, you know, in my house, when I can control my own personal domain, I have a selenite tower right when I walk in. So selenite is a very cleansing crystal. So it's cleansing my energy when I'm getting into my home. I take off my shoes. I do not walk around my domain wearing shoes. I have Himalayan pink sea salt where my shoes reside, because sea salt is it's very cleansing. So it cleanses the energy or any energetic tags that I may have picked up while I'm kind of like walking around in my day-to-day life. I'm using some sort of a salt scrub when I'm showering. I make sure at the end of every day that I'm showering. I make sure that I do some sort of a mantra at the end of the day to disconnect me from any energy that I may have picked up. Those are some ideas for what you yourself can do. Again, go back and watch the videos I've done on High Vibe Home and how to protect your energy, because there are tips and this is why I produce this kind of content. This is why I upload it. It's so that you guys can get the practical applications for what you can do in your own life that is going to assure that your own personal vibration is always going to be as high vibe as it possibly can be. But again, the big ones are, what can you yourself do to raise your own personal vibration? Because the higher your vibe is, the less you're going to be an energetic match for a dark entity in your life. I have a fascinating video that I'm probably going to release next week. It's already recorded, it's already uploaded. I just have to set it to go live, where I talk about entities and a person that is an energetic match for it. Wild video, wild. And it came by request. I think I'm going to set it to go live next week, but it pertains exactly to this. Catching up on comments. Take no prisoners. Interesting place to be right now, that's for sure. Jamara, LOL, this is the message. Wait, this is the message is right on time, as I'm thinking of all the things I want before I start my thing. Yep, yes, Jamara, yes. Yes to the West. Tamika, hey, you said it, West, yes. West Side Babe, I love the energy of the West Coast. It's just so light, and it's so vibrant, and it's just so light, and yeah, babe, I just feel like myself when I'm there. I think it's in Safta's car, because I haven't seen it in the last day. So you know what, when I'm done here, we'll go to her car and we'll see if it's in it. Or you can ask Safta if she can go check, but if she's working, don't do that.
I'm gonna go downstairs and see if she's working.
Okay, sweetheart. Real life over here. T. Roberts, I need to recheck my astrocartography, see where my Pluto and Saturn. Yes, it is. It's, to me, it's the heaviest energy. Oh baby, is it the heaviest, densest energy? It's like taking the 3D energy and what I always say to it being like quicksand, and it blows it out of the water. It's just like this complete magnificent, like, amplification of it. Take no prisoners. People are so bizarre. They can be, definitely. PH Rolls, I'm looking back at past comments of this live. I don't know if that Bismarck person is still here, but in my father's, one second, doll. In my father's culture, there are hot spirits and cool spirits, as well as spirits that can, I think you're saying, yes, can navigate the entire spectrum of both.
Is this the car key?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, did she say you're allowed to go out?
No, I'm bringing her the car key.
Perfect.
And wait, well, can you also put in this?
So, whoa, before you go down, love, what I'm going to recommend is ask her also to look in the real life over here. Ask her to look, open up the seats in the back, and then look under the, the seats, the front seats, but look at them from the back of the car.
Okay.
PH Rolls. There are spirits that can navigate the entire spectrum of both extremes of, say, respective energies. I don't know what Fay said, but I'm interested in hearing her thoughts on your question. I may have answered it, PH Rolls, but I'm not entirely sure, to be honest at this point.
Can I have it?
Yes, my darling. Here you go, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Bernice, hey Faye, great to see you and your beautiful mom. Can't wait for my session on Friday. I'm really looking forward to working with you, Bernice. As always, I'm always looking forward to working with you. Sarah Lee, in which form are celebs conscious about the fact that you are connecting to their energies and asking questions? Is it unconscious and on a soul level so that the actual person has no clue? Fantastic question. Usually that's what it is. Very few times is somebody actually aware on a conscious level of what's going on, but it's not to say that it has not happened. It's just to say that it's the extreme minority of cases. It's more where I'm connecting to the highest version of their energy or some energetic expression of them, but they don't necessarily feel it on a conscious level. I think have been, I want to say 2 or 3 cases where it seemed like there was a consciousness on the person's part where they knew what was going on. I can't, who was it? I'm trying to think who it was right now. I think one of them was actually Halle Berry because she was incredibly rude to me. And if you guys haven't seen that segment, it's in a previous AMA. She's coming in really, really strongly right now. I remember her being really, really rude, and that seemed to be more of like a level of consciousness and awareness on her part. Now, it might not have been where she was aware that it was like she just may have felt more dysregulated and having some level of awareness about the way that energy works, that it was her understanding on a conscious level that an energy reader was making the effort to connect with her. But for the most part, by and large, it is on a subconscious level. But even if it's subconscious, the person can either consent to letting me connect to and to read their energy or not. Jamara, I've been waiting to ask you, when you look at energy, how do you protect yourself when you see darkness? If everyone's energy is so different, especially looking at dark celebs, or is that your superpower? I think you're asking me, Jamara, how do I protect myself when I'm looking into them? When I sit down, you know, like I just shared a moment ago when I was answering T. Robert's question, to the best of my ability at any given time, I'm always making an effort to go into a session or go into a live stream or go into any interaction that I'm having in everyday life, being in the highest energetic expression that I can be. And then knowing that I have already done what I needed to do to raise my vibration and to stay in a high vibration, that automatically is giving me the assurance that anything that's of a low energy, I'm not going to be an energetic match for. Therefore, it's kind of like Teflon. I can interact with the energy, but they're not necessarily going to stick to me because we're not an energetic match for one another. So, you know, like what did I do in preparation for this live stream today? I did some things that I knew were going to raise my vibration. So, like I cleaned up and like I did laundry. Believe it or not.
Okay, we kind of had success.
It's not your water bottle though, huh?
This is the smart water.
I know, but if it was in the car, then guess what?
Feel it. It's in the
Pour it out.
I know.
It's gross. No.
I'm not.
Okay, you can leave it there. So when I knew that I was going to be coming on here and I was going to be interacting with a lot of people's different kinds of like energies, so, you know, I did laundry, I cleaned up, I organized, I worked out, I meditated, I took a shower, all of those things that I know are guaranteed to raise my vibration. So that way, it's kind of like, if you will, a energetic invisibility cloak where I can interact with the energies, but they're not going to cling to me. That's why when I was saying to T. Roberts earlier, if you feel like there are dark energies that are with you or around you, focus on doing things that you know are going to raise your vibration. It's hands down the best thing that you can do, because then you're not going to be an energetic match for the darker energies that you do not want to stick to you. So I hope that answers your question, Jamara. No, I got what you were saying. You don't have to apologize, Jamara. Tamika, so down with an entire video. I'd love to see that one. I always wanted that breakdown because both my parents were consumed with them growing up. So, oh, that's interesting. Oh, hey, Liz. I'm glad you made it, dear. Thank you. I appreciate that, Liz. Take no prisoners. The energy between each coast. Yes, isn't it the craziest thing? They're so diametrically opposed. It's literally day and night. Thank you, Liz. Frey, in astrocartography, I have my moon line exactly in Reykjavik, Iceland, but I have my Chiron line also in Iceland, but on the east side. But since it's not a huge island, it still affects me. So I'm curious how that actually affects you then, because those are very different energies, Frey. Tamika, Sarah Lee, awesome question. You guys always bring it. Like, that's why I love doing these. That's why I also like doing the AMAs, because you guys are always bringing such interesting and insightful kinds of questions. Frey, I traveled to Grand Canary, where only my Chiron line was. That was also dense, made me feel so sad. I can imagine that. T. Roberts, can you believe I have Saturn on right side and Pluto to the left side of my sun in my chart? Oh my God. Well, you know what that's kind of saying, T. Roberts? Because your sun is also there. It's kind of like our sun is the strongest element in the entirety of our chart. So to me, when I'm reading that, that's an indication of the fact that you actually have a lot of control over the way in which you experience the world around you. Because the sun is stronger than Saturn and it's stronger than Pluto as well. So I think this is it's an indication. It's like, where are you either giving your power away, or where are you not claiming your power in its entirety? Because you actually have all the control in the way in which you experience the world that you live in. Tamika, Faye, have any celebs found your channel, like Puffy or other energy readers or psychics have been threatened by him? Not to the best of my knowledge, they haven't, but it doesn't mean that they haven't found it. It just means that I don't know if they found it. I mean, but also we can kind of be honest. I'm like small fries at this point. You know, I won't always be, but at this point I still am. So the likelihood, I mean, none of them have reached out to me and asked me to do like an energy reading on them in the 3D. Jamara, thanks. I hear or know that things can attack or try to trick readers. I figured it aligns with your vibration. Yes, that's pretty much what I'm saying. T. Roberts, thanks for all the info, really helpful. You're most welcome, T. Roberts. Jamara, I barely have any good astrocartography lines in the USA, which is crazy. Surrounding Cali is the closest noted alignment. I think that's why you're drawn to it. I think it's also okay for people to decide that they want to move. Like I know actually a lot of astrologers that, because they know about astrology and they know about astrocartography, they've actually moved to locations where they have more favorable energy. T. Roberts, they're all 8th house too. I'm sorry, buddy. That's not fun. Bernice, Halle Berry and I competed in national pageant when I was Miss Teen Connecticut and she was Miss Teen Ohio. She was beautiful and sweet back then before Hollywood took her to the dark side. That's pretty wild. I actually, Bernice, you're not the only person I know that has had interactions with celebrities before they were celebrities. I've heard some pretty wild stories about celebrities before they were celebrities. So, I mean, another way of looking at it though, Bernice, is, you know, can we only strictly blame the industry? Or was she an energetic match for it? Yes, I know that they like to corrupt people. 1 second, love. They like to corrupt people, but there was some sort of an energetic chink in her armor that made her in alignment with them. Yes, love.
So, a Minecraft player is trying to trap the warden, a really, really, really strong mob, in his base. And he's also killed it like 20 times.
Whoa, dude.
He's made the warden's head out of warden heads.
I didn't even know that was possible. Bye, love. Jamara. True, I've considered it for sure. I'm learning so much about Minecraft because my child plays it. Take no prisoners. Do you believe that when someone is under the influence, it opens our bodies up for the entities to hop in? Yes, I've done a video on it. And it's part of the video I'm going to be setting to go live next week as well. I think the video is called, it's an oldie. It's one of the first, I think I would say like the first 5 that I've done. You really got to hop in the time machine. I think it's called Body Snatchers, Walk-ins, and something else. But literally, I compare our body in this video. I compare our body to a car. So look at it this way. Imagine, if you will, you're parked in a bad neighborhood and you have a shit rundown jalopy. It doesn't have power locks and you have bird poop on the front and the back windshield and you're parked in a bad neighborhood and you're not paying attention. How easy would it be for a carjacker to hop into your car? Ridiculously easy. Now, someone that's already going to be hopping in somebody's car and taking it on a joyride, they're not going to their granny's house to pick her up and take her to church. So anyone that's going to be carjacking a car, they're going to do some fucked up shit with it. So when we are in an energetically compromised state, we're an energetic match for an entity to come in and inhabit us. This is also why I'm always talking about staying in the high vibration, doing things that are going to keep us in the high vibration. Take no prisoners, or is it just the poor behavior of? So that's a really good question. I would say it's where somebody is in an energetically compromised state due to the choices that they are making, that is either lowering their vibration temporarily, but by temporary I don't necessarily mean like 5 minutes, I mean like temporarily over a prolonged period of time, where they are then an energetic match for an inhabitant to come in and take them over, also temporarily. But I've done a video on it where I go into great lengths about it, and I'm also going to recommend, if you have not seen the energy read I have done on Las Vegas, watch that one as well, because it's kind of marrying the two of them together. It's talking about this idea of being inhabited, but also how the energy of a location can compromise us and change us to the energies that are coming in as well. T. Roberts, are you a boy mom? I am, one son. I'm a boy mom and I have one son also. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, I'm so glad you made us. You joined us. You made it today. You joined us. I promise I know how to talk. Lisbeth, do dark beings go hunting humans for their abilities, or the light inside of humans? No, it's kind of like, imagine if there's no level of discernment usually. It's kind of like, imagine somebody is literally just going from door to door to see whoever left their door open. It's like a crime of opportunity, if you will. So they're just going to go from house to house to see, like, who has their door open, who has their window open. I'll just go into that house. It's the same thing. It's like a crime of opportunity, but it's a crime of opportunity that's on a vibrational level. Like, who are they a vibrational match for that they can just slip into easily? Kristen, active addiction is a nightmare for the user and their loved ones. It is. And I send a lot of love and compassion to anybody that may be dealing with it. You're most welcome, Elizabeth. Yes, Tamika. Isn't the Las Vegas one wild? That's what I'm saying. Like, the quality of the videos were shit. It doesn't make a difference. The material matter, the content that is in it is wild. So imagine if I was waiting for the perfect conditions to start to create content. That video might not be. Any number of my videos that might not be. I think I did like a full year of content before I actually invested in a proper ring light. Things do not have to be perfect for them to be valuable. Please, if anybody has something that you want to contribute and you want to create into the world, don't wait for the conditions to be perfect. Just create. That's what we're here to do. Are you okay, love?
I banged my hand here.
Do you want to get a kiss on it in person? Not just an energy kiss, but like a real kiss?
Yes. That's
I'm sorry, love.
I'm telling the live stream.
I know. They're very appreciative. They want to be in the know about what's going on in real life over here. Take no prisoners. That reminds me of New Vegas from The Stand, which is amazing in my opinion. I'm not sure what that is, dear. Hello, Tay. I'm glad that you made it, darling. Take no prisoners. I'm so grateful I found your channel. I think you're brilliant. Girl, right back at you. You're a vibrational match for me. The things that you see that resonate here, you have inside of you. You are a vibrational match with me. All of you are. You're my vibe tribe. You're all a vibrational match. That's why you're here. So the things that you see that you like, you already have inside of yourself. Tamika, but what about someone who uses a spirit, one second, I gotta read this again. What about someone who uses a spirit board? Won't they be asking, are you talking about like, what's the name of that game? A Ouija board? I think you mean people that are playing with a Ouija board, right? Tamika, let me know if that's what you mean, because I think it is, but I want to get clarification on that. This is your reminder to please consciously hydrate. And Naked, if you are watching my video, I would love to sponsor you, because as you can tell, I actually drink your stuff without being sponsored. So if anybody has an in with Naked, my email is hello@solarflow.com. I'm kidding. The right opportunities will come to me, and we don't need to go searching for them. My new favorite line, guys, I'm going to catch up on comments in a second. My new favorite line, I'm obsessed with this line. I'm so obsessed with it, I forgot it. Hold on. I don't force, I attract. I don't have to force sponsorship because I'm attracting into me what is the best sponsorship that I'm highly aligned with. Yes,
I'm going for it. I'm going to drink room temperature water.
Dude, BPA, that's all I gotta say.
Why?
Hot bottle, hot water, and microplastics. Don't do it. Free will reign supreme. You do you, boo. There's like so much information here. Okay. Oh, hold on. Comments.
Mom.
Mir is saying
Mom.
hi from.
Can you go refill it?
Not right now, darling.
Okay,
There's a
refill
fresh
it.
bottle in
No,
the back.
I don't want it.
I don't know where you're from, Mir. I gotta brush up on my world flags. I have a feeling Pip actually would know what that is. Levy Lou, what is the country that has a blue flag? I think it's a blue flag, and it's not like a cross like this, it's an off-center cross. Do you know what country
What
that
color
is?
is it?
It's a blue flag. I think it's white stripes.
Stripes?
Maybe it's yellow?
If it's yellow, then it's Sweden.
Okay, I think it's Sweden. Mir, are you from Sweden? I knew Pip would know that. High five, buddy. Hi from Sweden. Okay, Jamara.
Are you? Wait, Mom.
Yeah, babe.
Bernard's from Sweden.
Huh?
Bernard's from Sweden.
That's true, but he's not on my live stream. Jamara, what happens to famous folks who are either a one-hit wonder or leave the industry and become indie or work indie, but are adjacent to the industry people? How do they leave or work at a distance untouched? So really good question. It's either going to be they had to get permission to stay in the industry, because the industry, you know the song Hotel California, you can check out but you can never leave? It's kind of like that in the club. So if anybody is still tied and connected to it, even if they're, let's say, not the face of it, but they're songwriters, there's a reason for that. So they're still making some sort of a contribution to stay connected, to be allowed to work in the industry. You don't get to stay and work in the industry. Again, what do I always say? Pay to play. What are they paying to play? Could it have been that the ask was too big when they hit the big leagues? So it's like, you know what? I did what I needed to. I want to continue to work in it, but at a much lower level. But I also remind you, I also have a feeling this can be with people that are older. Because I would say Hollywood for sure, what I've consistently gotten when I look into it, Hollywood was really, 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 really infiltrated in like 1995. It's not to say, and my members will know because you've seen the video that I did on like the Hollywood industry, right? The origins of Hollywood. It's not to say that the club wasn't somehow always tied and connected to it. It's just to say that it wasn't infiltrated the way we know it today until like 1995. The music industry, I'm sending healing vibes, buddy.
To my knee, please.
Okay.
From facing up the stairs, it's my right knee.
Okay, baby, I'm sending it.
Thank you.
Music is a little bit trickier. There's some sort...
I really don't like this update.
You and me, kid.
I want to turn it off.
I know, but I can't do it right now.
Okay.
Lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, baby. It's okay. Real life over here. Let me go back and read Tamika's comment here. Jamara's comment. So, oh right, a one-hit wonder or somebody that leaves the... Okay, so I think I was saying like old-timers. So anyone that's kind of like an old-timer, they may have been part of the industry before the club had infiltrated it. Maybe they just decided that they didn't like that level of attention. They wanted to bow out on some level, but they're kind of like grandfathered in. So maybe they like to stay in the background and they like to be like a songwriter, but they don't want to be the face that they used to be. If they're an old timer, they're grandfathered in. They don't have to pay to play. But I would say if it's somebody that's maybe more current right now, it's probably because the ask for them to stay as big as they were was too high and they didn't want to stay at that level. So it's like, okay, what do I have to do to be part of the industry, but where I don't have to necessarily sell my soul to the devil, so to say, or in actuality, depending on how awake anyone who's saying this is. Jamara, a rapper named JasonMartin, formerly known as Problem, makes me ponder. He's so connected to likes of Kendrick, Snoop, Dre, but is indie and bubbling under. I need to know if I can support fully. So JasonMartin, let's see if his energy wants to say anything. Well, he knows what's going on.
I'm taking the water.
Okay, honey. He knows what's going on. Very awake, very aware. Crown chakra blown wide the fuck open. Even if he had not seen what was going on. Baby, don't take tap water.
What?
Don't take tap water, love.
Okay, then you have to fill up the bottled water.
All right, let me finish with the train of thought, Amon, then I'll do that.
Then I'm just gonna pour this out.
The tap water in New York, holy fucking bananas, guys! It's pure poison. I cannot in good consciousness have my child drink that. Not just New York, everywhere, but like especially New York. Okay, love. Let me just finish what I'm saying right now.
I know.
Okay, babe. So, JasonMartin knows what's up. Crown chakra blown wide open. Knows, doesn't want to be part of it. Again, I would say is doing, is doing just enough so that he can stay in the industry without really being in the industry. But I actually have a feeling.
Thank you.
This is what's coming in right now, Jamara. I actually think, so you know how some writers, like Stephen King, he writes under a pseudonym. But the interesting thing is, like a lot of writers, if they're trying like a different style, what they'll do is they'll write under a pseudonym and nobody will know that it's that this pseudonym is connected to this writer. But sometimes they'll write under a different name and people know that it's, let's say, really Stephen King, because Stephen King has a pseudonym. I think one of the other names he writes under is something like Richard Bachman. But everybody knows the name Richard Bachman is really Stephen King. It makes me, wonder why they're even doing it. But sometimes they write under a pseudonym. What's coming in about this person, what's his name again? JasonMartin. What's coming in about him, he actually writes under a pseudonym. So he's a songwriter getting credit for other performers, but it's under a different name. He makes a shit ton of money. So I feel like what's going on with him is it's a little bit of like they give him a wide berth because he makes so much fucking money for the performers that he's given more of like a wider berth for it. But again, a lot of the people he's writing songs for, Jamara, is not going to be under that name. It's not under JasonMartin. He has a different pseudonym that he is writing under. Okay, Tamika said yes. That's okay, love. Steve, I'm going to answer your question in a second here. I need to hydrate Pip, and I don't want Pip to be drinking tap water. So guys, give me a minute. I'm going to go refill Pip's water bottle with some bottled water, which it's questionable if it's actually any better or not, but we do the best we can. I will be right back, guys. And you'll get to see more of the backdrop that's not my own.
I'm gonna give you hugs.
I love your hugs. I will take all them hugs. And let's get you hydrated, okay? This is the water bottle? Okay. Hey, there's a smart water over there.
No, it's not.
Okay, but you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna
I
take
feel
water.
dead.
Do you feel dead? Like, look, kitty check. On the porch. Do you feel dead like that, Kitty?
Holding up.
You can have it. Happy, happy?
I'm very happy.
I'm
I'm
glad.
gonna cuddle ice cream and I have a lollipop.
Okay. How much water do you want?
A lot. A whole thing of that, please.
Okay, hold on.
I want water if I want it. Mom, I want, like, I don't want only a bit of water, because what if I want more?
Who's downstairs with Southville?
Jason.
Okay. This is a lot of water. Good?
Please open up the lollipop.
Yes, hold on. Here you go. Let me open this. Here you go. Good?
Take that.
Here, take this with you, love, okay?
Thanks.
You're most welcome, darling.
I now have a lollipop and I didn't even eat. My mother is very nice.
I am very nice. Thank you for sharing that with everybody. Okay, I'm back. Hang on a second. Yeah, babe.
Because we were gone, it did turn off. But we can't. Of course it was gonna happen.
You know, sometimes when electronics do updates, the updates, oh, there's water on it now. The updates aren't necessarily better.
They kind of suck sometimes.
I would, oh, what is,
I don't know.
real life over here, guys. Is it any wonder I was a vibrational match for a troll today? There's a lot going on here. Here we go, babe.
For a what today?
I'll tell you later. All right, back to you guys. Steve, quick personal check-in. What is the most important message from Source for me at this time? Oh, and behind the veil on Lou. Thank you for reminding about Lou M. Taylor. Sweden! You were right, Pip. It's Sweden. Thank you, Mir. Let me see for Steve. You're on the right track. Keep going. So, Steve, consistently when I connect to your energy, I'm still getting self-doubt. So it came in, you're on the right track, keep going and keep the self-doubt at bay. Because we've looked into your energy. It's not the first time this self-doubt has kind of come in for you. So keep the self-doubt at bay. But you are, you know what, I have a feeling, this is, yes. This has to do with, what was it, the festival that you were doing? What's being shown to me is, it's like duplicating, but it's duplicating, like, how do I explain this? Like, this is my phone case. It's showing me, like, your festival, it's this, it duplicates, but it duplicates like this. That's the back of my phone case. So it's showing me your festival is half of a whole. There's something else that's going to be born from your festival that's in a line. I'm not sure if you know what it is yet, but if you know what it is, whatever you think it is, I think this is why they're saying you're on the right track, keep going. But there's something that has to do with your festival. It's only half of a whole. There's something about the festival that it's going to be duplicated. It's a double of it, but it's the opposite side of it. But it's not the opposite side of it. It's a complementary, because again, it's two, what do I always say? It's the other, what is it? 1 second, Steve. Yes, it's two halves of a whole, but it's basically, it's two sides of the same coin. So whatever it is that has to do with your festival, there's another part of it. There's another iteration of it. It's complementary because it's two sides of the same coin. So there's another part that's going to either be born from it, or it's something that you're already dreaming up about it. Like what next can you do with it? You're on the right track. Keep going, Steve. That is the message that is coming in for you right now. Let me know if you have any questions about that, okay? Hello, Marcus, KTB. I'm glad they're able to join us. It is Sweden. Hooray. Take No Prisoners. It's a book that Stephen King wrote, and 2 miniseries were made about it. I think everyone would absolutely... Oh, thank you for that, Take No Prisoners. It's genius, and I'm not a Hollywood person, but this is life-changing. Thank you, T. Roberts. He is. Thank you. T. Roberts said to Take No Prisoners, I'm still in the process of reading The Stand. Saw the old miniseries, but not the new one. Stephen King is my absolute favorite author. Then I don't want to tell you to go back and watch the segment that I've done on him for a previous AMA. Huh?
On who?
An author by the name of Stephen King. Because I've looked into him. If you're curious, T. Roberts, he's in a previous AMA. Sarah Lee, is the Kendall Jenner Bad Bunny thing also fake industry relationship? It absolutely is. It's the way it's being, like, imagine you go into a candy factory and they're putting so much sugar in things that when you walk in, it has like the stench of like sugar that clings to everything, like saccharin. That's what it is. It's completely fake. It's not real. Take No Prisoners. T. Roberts, they recently made a new mini-series, different ending, but just mind-blowing. It's the best book ever written, in my opinion. Then don't go back and see the segment I've done on him. Why do I love people with crowns blown open? I think you know the answer. Jamara, it's because you're a vibrational match for them, love. Your crown chakra is blown wide open. T. Roberts, at Take No Prisoners. I'm still at the beginning. It's one of the greatest works. Can't wait to get deeper into it. Tay. Energy check-in that I need to hear when it comes to love by the end of 2024. Thank you so much, Fay. 2025 is your year, Tay. You're going to get, I feel like you're going to get insight. You're going to get, like, the word that just came in is a preview. So it's going to be somebody new, but it's going to be, like, look at it this way. Like, imagine you start going to, like, a new coffee shop. And you go there not just to get, like, your coffee. You're not, like, just, like, running in and going. You go to your coffee shop. You sit there. You do a little bit of work. You're going to see somebody in the coffee shop for, like, a preview, if you will. Anywhere, I would say, starting from, because again, timelines can change. That's why I don't do predictive videos. But I would say anywhere from September to October, you're going to start to get a preview of who this person is. You're going to see them. They're going to see you. It's going to be kind of like a slow burn. They're not going to ask you out, or you're not going to start talking like the first few times you see them. It's going to manifest. It's going to, the word that just came in is bloom. It's going to bloom. It's going to blossom. It's a slow burn that's going to really, really take time to kind of like develop. It's coming in February to March. You're going to get a preview of who this person is anywhere from September to October, but It's going to be a slow burn. They may not ask you out until anywhere from February until March time of 2025. 2025 is your year, Tay. You will get a preview, but remember, it's a slow burn. Hey, Trey, I'm glad that you were able to make it. Tamika, I'm sorry, Faye, lost connection. Can you answer questions again? Or use of a Ouija board? No, I'm answering questions, love. I think you're asking about the original question from a moment ago. So sorry, I'm gonna do a kiss. Absolutely, people that are messing around with something like a Ouija board, they are in fact inviting themselves to connect to various different entities. Games like that are not games and should not be playing with, in my opinion. Jamara, Spirit is hilarious. Isn't it though? They have a series. This is such a great one. I was talking to somebody about this. I actually did an interview. I'm not sure if you guys remember. I did an interview with a woman named Jessica from Spirit Explorations, and she does like past life regressions and hypnosis. So she had shared with me in the interview I had done with her that she had asked her spirit guides what she could do to be more fruitful. Now, understand when she was saying be more fruitful, she meant like what could she do to bring more financial abundance into her life? But the answer her spirit guides had given her, eat more fruit. So they can be hilarious, absolutely, and many of them are incredibly cheeky. So sometimes you gotta be painstakingly literal with them if you want to get an answer to a question. Yes, doll.
I have a question.
Let's hear it, babe.
Can I be in every even normal channel live stream? Or is it just this once because we're here?
It's probably any of the live streams that we're going to do while we're here.
Well, what about live streams at home?
Well, this is not a question that needs to be answered right now.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
No future tripping allowed.
Sorry.
No. There's no need to apologize for asking a question.
No, I'm sorry.
No need to apologize when asking a question.
I'm sorry.
Bernice, I've been feeling weird. Any source message for me? Girl, I have a session with you on Friday. You know you're going to get the goods then. You will get the goods that the guides bring for you, Bernice, on Friday. Jamara, thanks. Love you. You make me feel not so crazy. You are my kind of a person, Jamara. Everybody that's watching this is. Okay. I told you, Jamara, next time you are on the West Coast, you got to hit me up, girl. We'll connect in. This goes for anybody. If you are on the West Coast, i.e. the best coast, if you are in SoCal, people, you got to hit me up. I'll come meet you. And I'll do the same thing when I go visit different places around the country, which I'm trying to do more and more. T. Roberts, I'll watch it. I know there's probably a lot when a person writes stories like that. I like the art. I know the artists are screwy usually. I'm not going to confirm nor deny that. Hey, Trey. You're most welcome, Tay. Jamara, Pip. Trey, I was wondering about Madame Tussaud's celebrity wax figures. Is there something more sinister going on, or is it simply just wax figures? Wow, Trey, that's a great question. I like that. I'm going to look into that. Mark Doyle, Madame Tussauds can be really great or just bad. Now, what just popped into my head right now is, do Native Americans have something, I'm not saying that this is like something that they all prescribe or something that they all believe in, but what came in really, really strongly right now is some Native Americans have a belief. They don't want to have their picture taken because there's a belief that if they have their picture taken, some of their souls, wow, this is wild. Okay. This actually connects to something really dark. Okay, so the two things came in. One of them is that some Native Americans have a belief that if you take a picture of them, part of their likeness and representation is sucked out of them and it's transferred into the photograph that's taken of them. Then on the heels of that, right when that came in, something else just came in, which is it has to do with energetic vampirism. So there is absolutely something going on with Madame Tussauds where there is some form of energetic vampirism, and what came in is the more, not lifelike, but the more the representation actually matches and aligns with that person, there is some level of energetic vampirism that is going into it, because it is so lifelike and it so closely resembles them that it is some of their energy is being siphoned off and it's being directed into the wax figure of them. And that's why some of the lifelike representations are more accurate than other ones are, because there is actually some soul component and soul essence of the person in the wax figure. That is creepy. That is creepy. Yes, it was a good question. Take no prisoners. Sinister wax figures. They are. Some of them are really creepy. Hold on. We have to do... Okay. That's a little better, right? When I was cutting this side, I cut it a little bit short. You can see it's like, it's a little springy on this side. It's like bing. It's like a little higher up on the ear than I usually, because I should not be allowed near scissors. My mom, she cut the back because it was getting too long, but I did the sides and I didn't do the greatest job ever. But that is a problem for a different day, specifically when I get back to the West Coast and my hairdresser can get access to my hair. It's not a problem for this day. Okay. Bernice, come to North Carolina. East Coast is so different, but still beautiful. Would love to meet up one day. I want to hop in a Winnebago and go visit all 50 states. That's what I would like to do. So one day, it'll happen one day. I want to go to Russia. Also, I want to go everywhere. Why not? I have an older kid. I want to travel. Why not? Yeah. Yes, Jamara. Whoa. Hey, Jenna, I'm glad you made it, darling. Take no prisoners. I was thinking very similarly. Jamara, I can see that. I sense so much energy off of photos. Steve, law of lookalikes. Lookalikes are alike. That's very, very well said. Oh, no. C'est la vie. Here you go, darling.
I'm taking this. Run.
Okay. Run for the hills. Take my phone case. Run for the hills. Natalie. Hello, Faye. Hello. We're glad you made it, Natalie. Mark Doyle. Oh, now that is creepy. Isn't it, though? That's why I love doing this shit. Like, I get to see, like, wow. Just wow. That's all I can say. Being an energy reader never gets old for that reason. Because you guys are always asking me incredible things to look into. And I'm always seeing things that I would never necessarily think to look into on my own. And it's like... the world is just magnificent behind the veil. The truth of the world. T. Roberts, yes, I believe that. That's why some cats don't... Oh, they can feel the energy of the vampiric energy of the camera. That, I believe. Trey Milano, wow. That was always a superstition growing up. Pictures captures your soul. Very, very creepy. Jenna, you look punk rock today. That's rad. Thank you, Jenna. I'm also rocking new earrings. I don't know if you guys can see that. They look a little bit like disco balls. I'll show them to you. It's not, I don't think the earrings are punk rock. Maybe they are, I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see them. Not really. They look like mini disco balls. I wish I could get you to see, like, I think you can kind of see how they shimmer and how they sparkle. They're really cool. Me and my new earrings. I mean, because even though it's a spiritual channel, we still have bodies and we still exist in a 3D. So there. Sarah Lee, wow, do celebrities know that their energy is being put into the... Some of them do, some of them have no idea. Tamika, Faye, can you tell me if the major money I've been waiting for the last 6 months coming in the next 2 weeks? There's a delay with it. I keep seeing, so you know, what's the name of that? What is it? Wheel of Fortune, I think. You know the show where the game show Wheel of Fortune, where the person spins the wheel and it spins and it spins and it spins and it spins, and then it slows down, and then it kind of like slows down, and then sometimes it hops around. Oh, you're not sure where it's gonna. That's kind of what's going on right now. It's not clearly decided what's going on, because I keep seeing the wheel. Literally, if you want to look at it this way, the Wheel of Fortune, because you're asking about monetary goods. Literally, the Wheel of Fortune, it's not been decided what's going on. But I keep hearing there's a delay with it. I don't know if I would say 2 weeks. I'm seeing 4, 6, 8, but then it goes back to 0, 4, 6, 8. Like the Wheel of Fortune is literally spinning over and over and over again. So you're gonna get it, but there's some sort of a delay with it. My advice to you is continue to stay in the high vibration and allow yourself to align with the high vibration intentionality of what you're going to do with it. And that is hopefully going to right any misalignment that's going on with the timing of it. But it's coming in, it's contracted to you. It's just a matter of the timing, dear. Mark Doyle, I'm here by completely random surfing. Mark, I'm glad that you made it. I'm glad that you're here by completely random surfing. But, excuse me, here's the thing. On this channel, we don't look at anything as if it's random or coincidence. Everything is vibration. You're here because you're actually a vibrational match for us. So welcome, Mark. I hope that you'll consider subscribing and sticking around long term, because you are an energetic match for us. Take no prisoners. Excuse me. I need to drink some of my more non-sponsored naked, because I have something in my throat. Take no prisoners. I live in South Florida, and I loved it. The energy was amazing and brilliant and so fun. It's clean and so beautiful everywhere you go. That's.
Sorry to interrupt, but I need to give you a kiss.
Oh yes! Thank you so much.
I'm
That was
sorry.
lovely. No, you don't have to apologize for sharing love.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
Not for love. Don't apologize, honey bun. That's actually amazing for you, Take No Prisoners, because you're going to be naturally more high vibe and more aligned when you're living in a location that you love and that resonates with you the way that Florida does for you. Joe Granada. Hi, Faye. Popped on earlier to listen whilst busy, but you got my full attention now. Love your mini energy reads. Thank you so much for saying so. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. Tamika, I wonder why I'm creeped out at Madame Tussauds. There you go. Now you know why. Yes, Jenna, they sure are. Jamara, punk rock is funny. You're giving me pink butterfly. It's the color of the shirt. It was the lip that I was doing. I love the hair. If you guys watch the mini energy reads, those were actually recorded over like a couple of days. I think before I left to come to the East Coast. I think I had like done like wardrobe changes, and I would go and I would sit down and I would do another one. The haircut I actually had in those videos was like chef's kiss. It was so perfect, but it's kind of grown out, and then I kind of cut it and I kind of mucked it up. But it's definitely my intention when I get back to LA that I'm gonna have my hairdresser basically recreate that exact haircut, because I love that cut. It's by far one of my most favorite ones in like recent times. Take no prisoners. Those are dope. I wear ones with balls. Yes! So it's funny enough that you said it. I was actually looking into getting, because I know they make the kind that it's like a front and a back, but I've seen it with pearls. So it's like you can wear it either way, with either the big pearl in the front and the little pearl in the back, kind of peeking, or you can do vice versa. And I was looking into getting something like that with pearls, but I didn't know they make them with crystals. That's kind of cool. T. Roberts, maybe I should look into the West, but I love the cold. You can have both. You can have West Coast, but you live up north where you will actually have cold. So you'll have the West Coast vibe, but you'll have the cold with it. Jamara, Colorado. Tamika, thank you, Faye, you rock. Girl, it takes one to know one. Mark Doyle, you're welcome. Steve, it's called a photo capture, also a portrait. You shoot with a camera, take a snapshot, There is a fisheye lens, but no bird's eye lens. Lends me your ear.
She's
checking the soup.
Could you come back and say hi again? You guys want Mom to say hi again?
She literally asked if you were done with your live stream.
She doesn't know how long the live
I'm
streams
gonna
can
go
go
tell her.
for.
How long do they go for? I remember one lasted 4 hours.
Guys, if you guys are not yet members, you gotta come say hi again, Mom.
Wow.
Come back. Come back.
But no.
Mom, it's you.
If you guys are not members, join my membership. We do amazing members live streams. I think we once had, we usually do 3. I think we once had like a 5-hour live stream. That was wild. And it's like this, but it's deeper. We go deeper. Like all the things that you can't necessarily talk about like open on YouTube. It's like, it's really peeling back the veil. So I definitely invite you. There, in any of my videos, first of all, you can go into the description box, scroll down a little bit, you see there's a direct link to join my membership. Guys, it's a fucking blast. And I know my members that are here will attest to it, because some of you guys have been members for hella long time. T. Roberts, so we're allowed to ask you questions about energy. So you can ask me anything, but if you want a personal mini energy read, it's by a suggested donation. But you can, if it's something that's kind of like a general question, or if you want me to look into it like a specific celebrity and it's a non-personal question, I'm happy to take suggestions. Yes, we're a community, so a lot of the content is.
Does that say 120?
Yes, a lot of the content of what we explore is community driven. There's, of course, some things that I want to look into, and there's content that I want to be creating, but sometimes you guys ask me questions, and then I fall into a rabbit hole when I'm doing an energy read, and that will turn into content that I'm creating, or it's going to turn into, depending on what it's about, it can turn into exclusive members content. Like, I had fallen into a energetic channeling hole when I had last looked into Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, and that turned into an unbelievably long members exclusive video because so much had come in, and it was like the entirety of my existence was so singularly focused on looking into these two people's energy, and I was looking into them for like 5 days on end. It was like this never-ending energetic rabbit hole that I had fallen into. So a lot of the content of what we explore is community oriented and it's community driven. So yes, by all means, you can always ask questions, T. Roberts. Franca, you are not late, my dear. You are right on time. I'm so glad that you made it, Franca. Natalie retracted a comment. That's okay. Franca, hi, Faye. Have you looked into He's on my list. I'm curious to know how deep in the club he is. Thanks so much. Something happened with him, but I don't think it's him. I think something happened with the...
I'm sorry.
What?
I need to give you kisses.
I love you.
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize for giving
I'm
me love.
sorry.
Y'all get yourself a Pip. They're basically like love machines.
I'm a love machine.
He really is a love machine. Don't apologize for wanting to
I
come.
really am a love machine.
He really is a love machine. But you don't have to apologize for wanting to give love, okay? But maybe apologize for shouting. So Franca, something happened, not with him, something happened with the industry. What's being shown to me right now is there was a fracture. There's the word that just came in, delineation. Because if you look at it this way, he was in, when he had finished his work on, Lev, can you turn that down, darling? When he had finished, turn that down, sweetheart.
I'm coming. 1 second. This is way longer than it should take. What?
All I was saying is, can you please turn that down?
Turn it.
The volume.
You mean turn your cheek down with kisses?
And then turn the volume down, please. Thank you. He was everywhere. Charlie Hunnam, after he had finished his role on Sons of Anarchy, he exploded onto the world stage. He was in like 6 movies in a 2-year period. How? And then he vanished. It's not because he vanished, it's because something fundamental changed in the industry. So anyone that was tied and connected into the old system, what's being shown to me specifically about him, looking at his watch and tapping, like he's keeping an eye on the time. How much time has to wait until he can see if he can get into the new club? Because the new club is a high vibe club and it's not an old vibe club. And the new club with the new cool kids that are high vibe, they don't know if they want to let people from the old club in, because anyone from the old club is tied to a dark negative energy. So the question is, they're kind of like reviewing all of the applicants and all of the applications to see, okay, they're a good actor. What was their pay to play? How deep were they in? How deep was he in for him to have exploded and to have been everywhere in such a short period of time? I'm not convinced he's ever going to be as big as it seemed like he was going to be, because there was a fundamental fracture in the industry where it was no longer going according to the old vibe, it's the new vibe, and the new vibe and Charlie may not actually be vibing with one another. So I'm kind of answering it without really answering it, but if you know, you kind of know what I'm saying. Was he in the club? Yeah. And the new club doesn't know if they want to let kids from the old club in because maybe they're not vibing with one another. Yes, correct. Washington, T. Roberts. Steve, check out my fly new bird's eye view. Take no prisoners. Totally different energy than Jersey, but same coast. Very much old money. I met Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher when I was there, and they were very attractive, incredibly gorgeous, but I felt so uncomfortable. I think you were feeling the energy of what they're actually a vibrational match for, and it made you feel uncomfortable. Beth, yes, the members only live stream. We have so much fucking fun. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm glad to know it's not only me. Take no prisoners. Oh, wow. That's probably an amazing video. My members' videos are poppin'. T. Roberts. Oh, I was just talking about our personal energy by donation. That's good to know. You're most welcome. Frey retracted a comment. Steve. Oh, well, she can say delineation, but not... Steve. That's a tricky word. Let me try it again. Conservatorship. I just needed a little bit of practice. Okay, Natalie. Pacific Rim is such an awesome movie. Charlie Hunnam was so good in it. He's, by the way, one of my favorite movies he is in. It's called... One second. It'll come to me, I hope. No. I think it's called King Arthur. It's a Guy Ritchie movie. This is such a fun movie. Guys, seriously, if you haven't seen it, I really, it's such a great movie. He is ripped. My God, is he not like... He's Look, he doesn't have to be my type for me to acknowledge his body is a work of art. It's magnificent. But sorry, Charlie Hunnam, he can't hold a candle to Brad Pitt circa Legends of the Falls days. He can't. I'm sorry. Brad Pitt with the golden hair and the, oh my God. Charlie Hunnam is a good-looking man, but no one can hold a candle to Brad Pitt, in my opinion.
I'm sorry.
Real life over here.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, darling.
I was doing that for fun.
Oh, hold on. I got some comments I got to catch up on. So he didn't pay his dues. Are we talking about Charlie Hunnam? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Charlie Hunnam was associated to the old vibration, and the new high vibration in the industry probably doesn't want people in the old vibration because they're not energetically aligned. So it's not that he wasn't paying his dues. It's that he paid his dues to the low vibe energy, and the low vibe energy isn't in charge anymore. I'm going to say that again because I sometimes don't enunciate words clearly. The old energy isn't in charge anymore, is not in charge anymore. The old energy is not in charge anymore. Not just in the Hollywood industry, the world at large. We may not see it, but the old guard is no longer on duty. It's a new, fresh energy. We are just not yet seeing it. I drove the Pacific Rim. I didn't know it was a movie. Thank you for that, Steve. Yes, King Arthur. Oh my God, Jenna, it's such a great movie. It's such a fun movie. It's legit one of my favorite movies. It's legit. Like, I'm not deceiving y'all. It's such a great movie. Fray, can you please do a behind the veil energy read on Janine Regan Sinclair? She was a woman I used to follow, and she also had live streams. She claimed to be a healer. She has she's blocked. She's veiled right now. It's being shown to me she's cocooned. She's cocooning. She doesn't want anybody to look into her energy right now. There's like a haze around her because she's in a cocoon. I can, you know what, Frey, if you want to send me an email with her name, I can add her to the list and I can try to like pop back in and look at her, but right now she's cocooned. I can't permeate the membrane of her cocoon and I can't see what she doesn't want me to see right now. Yes, Natalie, he is gorgeous, but still can't hold a candle to Brad Pitt circa Legends of the Fall. Sorry, not sorry. Frey, but I left because I felt creeped out. Something was so wrong and off. That's interesting. I mean, I kind of almost feel like she's energetically shutting herself down because something was wrong and something was off and she's trying to recalibrate. Take no prisoners. I understand why I felt so uncomfortable now, but I was very young and I had no clue about Hollywood. You know what? That just goes to show energy is everything. Because you were young, you didn't know, but you still energetically knew that something was off. Energy is everything, guys. Joe Granada. Yes, love King Arthur for a few reasons. It's such a fun movie. It's such a great movie. If you guys haven't seen it, seriously, just like do yourself a... Like, I don't really give recommendations because... Well, a lot of reasons. But first and foremost, I'm really not associated to pop culture. I came to a conclusion. I'm actually going to disconnect my... I'm going to cancel my Netflix membership. I got a TV on the wall. It's kind of like... It's like, you know, like a postage stamp. But it's a postage stamp that's not like a forever postage stamp. So it's like you need 25 cents to like mail a letter, but you got a postage stamp for like 17 cents, what it used to be years ago. Like, I got this TV, I don't even turn it on anymore. It's like, it's a smart TV. It's like so out of date at this point. I knew Pip was gonna pipe up with this. But it's like, what am I paying 20 bucks a month for Netflix when I don't ever turn my TV on? And neither, like, Pip maybe once in a while turns it on.
I turn it on, just I definitely
don't watch. No, we don't watch Netflix. Maybe I mean it's
but
probably
I do
not.
watch YouTube.
I know, but it's probably not worth keeping like a Netflix account for like an occasional movie that I watch.
Like you can probably watch that on YouTube.
I probably could watch it on YouTube, or I could probably just like buy it and keep it like stored on my device. But like, bye babe. Like I will only really recommend like 1 of 4 movies.
Ow! Ow!
Real life over here. Sending you healing vibes.
Give me kisses now.
This is an invitation for you to slow down
This is
with what you're doing. Okay, so that way you're not hurting your body, love. If you keep hurting your body, it's because you're not being conscious with your
I'm sorry for
movements.
taking up your time. I gotta go by.
He doesn't like it when I'm like, slow down, feel your body, kid. I will only recommend 1 of 4 movies. I knew that was gonna happen. King Arthur is one of them. I'll tell you all the other movies that I recommend. And none of them are like new movies because again, I'm like so not connected to like popular culture. So King Arthur is 1, The Prestige is 2, The Secretary is 3, and the 4th one, I always confuse The Prestige with the other one that I recommend because they're kind of similar. The last movie I recommend is with Edward Norton, And it's also like a period piece that has to do with magic. It's not as good as The Prestige, but it's still really, really good. And maybe I'll give an honorable mention to Kate and Leopold, but only because of the reveals. There are absolutely reveals in Kate and Leopold about time travel specifically. So honorable mention to Kate and Leopold. Those are the only movies that I recommend. None of them are current. Not that they're like ancient. They're not like black and white movies or anything like that. But those are really the only ones that I would ever recommend in good consciousness. And I don't know anything current. That's what I have to say about movies. Let me catch up on comments. Yes, they don't vibe, take no prisoners. Jenna, you're saying there's a new high vibe in Hollywood. Oh my God, that's great. It's not just Hollywood. Everything is under a new, like what's the example that I like to share with you guys?
I'm no longer watching, so I'm going to be here now.
But you have to,
I'm sorry.
What's the example that I give you guys?
For what? The example for what?
I'm getting to it, dude. Let's say you watch a show. You've been watching a show for 5 seasons, 10 seasons. The first 7 seasons of the show went one way. And the main scriptwriter for the show went by the pseudonym The Dark Hat. He had a name, but he went by the pseudonym The Dark Hat. And then the show fired The Dark Hat and they hired a new writer. And the new writer goes by the pseudonym The White Hat. Same show, different scriptwriter, different energy. We may not necessarily like the energy that the White Hat is bringing because maybe they're doing some unexpected things with the characters that we've come to understand and associate with being one way. But maybe it's not just the characters. Maybe now, like, I don't know, the show took place in one city and they moved it to another city and it's like, okay, different city, different vibe. I don't really know. They're doing all these kind of like weird shit with the characters and the place, and
That's a problem.
It's only because we came to understand the show in one sort of a way, and now it's gone someplace else.
Like that the
But
whole
it's by design. The White Hat, the scriptwriter that goes by the pseudonym The White Hat, he's infusing new energy into the show. But maybe part of the energy that he's infusing into the show is people have been invested in watching this show for 10 years. I want to advance the character development. So I'm going to do really, really strong and dramatic reveals to these characters. But it's just because I want to progress the character development and make it a different experience for the viewers that have already been so invested in this show. That's what's going on the world stage right now. There's a new energy, there's a new sheriff in town, and it's not a low vibe energy, it's a high vibe energy. We may not like the script and what they're doing, but it's intentional and it's to advance the development of what we're already invested in, i.e. the world that we live in. Just look at it that way. So it is not just Hollywood, it's everything. And even if it seems like the world is going to hell in a handbasket right now, it's only because what has been going on behind the scenes for so many years is coming to the surface now, and we're actually able to see it. We're actually able to see the corruption. So it seems like the world is getting worse, but it's only because the corruption that has already been is being revealed. It's like cystic acne. The only way to clear up that skin is to bring all the gunk that is living under the surface to come to the top. That's what's going on right now. It's being expelled for all the world to see.
I love you, Mom.
I love you. Jamara, I keep hearing that societal implications are no longer. I'm not sure what that means, Jamara. Can you expand on that? It is a good thing, take no prisoners. It absolutely is a good thing. The oppressive ones, rather. So again, it's going to seem, Jamara, like it's getting worse. It has to get worse before it gets better. But not because it's getting worse. We have to be made aware of how corrupt everything was for us to rebuild. That's what's going on. Jamara, if high vibe is the main game, what role does history and information play? What may be considered minutia, not that deep, and doesn't matter? I would say probably anything that's what just came in is the less something is mentioned, probably the more important it actually is, because a lot of the things that have been overhyped and over talked about is an example of misdirection. Look here, not there. So while this other thing is going on right now, it's because really something else was going on over there, and they wanted to take all of your attention up so that you're not paying attention to what's going on behind the scenes. Steve, barbed wire? Jenna, whoa, Kate and Leopold got it. Yes! Prestige and Secretary are most excellent indeed. Prestige is one of my favorite movies, hands down, as is The Secretary. I don't know what it is. There's something about the psychology in The Secretary that it's just like, yeah, baby. Beth, speaking of reveals, at some point, can we get a list of good reveal movies and shows? Yes, but it's too new. But here's also the thing, like, what have I always spoken to you guys about? Like, look at any Marvel movie, look at any movie that has, like, superheroes. Guys, it's a reveal. We just don't know how powerful we actually are.
Are there superheroes?
Of a different kind. Like, I'm not saying that we can fly like Superman.
Aww.
That I know of.
Yay. It is still possible.
But there are absolutely things like telekinesis is possible. What's it called where we can communicate? Telepathic communication is absolutely real. Like, all of those things are real. I'm not saying that you can, like, develop, like, shoot a laser beam out of your eyes. That I haven't seen. But, like...
Mom, what's the craziest thing you've seen?
Levitation.
Levitation? Oh, that's a Minecraft effect that you get by getting shot by a shulker.
There's reveals even in games. Pip is like, oh yeah, that's a Minecraft thing. Levitation. Reveals.
Yeah, like it. And Mom, do you get it by getting shot by something?
No.
Oh,
It's a mental thing. Just like telekinesis.
Mom,
moving things with your mind. Guys, oh, I'm sorry. How did I leave out the Matrix? The Matrix is one big motherfucking reveal.
Mom,
Yellow.
in Minecraft, if you get shot by a shulker, which is in the end dimension, then you start levitating.
Levitation in games, reveals, left, right, and center. So any movie that has magic and has superheroes, it's a reveal, guys. It's a reveal.
It's definitely a reveal.
Jamara, Pip! Take no prisoners. Yes, love.
When are you gonna close the live?
I don't know. I don't know.
Please never close it off. I like this.
We got 27 people here.
Mom, I like the vibe.
I like the vibe too.
Well, this is
I got 17
Mom.
thumbs up already.
Mom, this is definitely more people than in members live streams, because there's more regular people than members.
Maybe we can change that. How many subs can become a member? Let's flub my membership, guys. Seriously,
Wait,
like,
Dad.
let's have 27 people in my membership live streams.
How about this?
Yeah, love.
How about we let's put a poll and let's put a poll of members.
Maybe soon. Hey, I gotta catch up on comments, and I gotta pee like a racehorse because I'm drinking so much of my non-sponsored naked water. It's just funny, by the way, guys. I'm not saying it because, like, I want to literally be sponsored. It's just funny that I started talking about it that way, so I feel like for continuity's sake, I gotta continue to refer to it as my non-sponsored naked water.
It's not.
But again, I don't force, I attract. Right, love?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe Naked will notice this.
They don't need to notice it. I'm attracting the right sponsorship opportunities in. Take no prisoners. Energy is everything. I've been ridiculously sensitive since I was... Yes, because that's... So take no prisoners. We are most sensitive We are most sensitive the younger we are because we're closer to the other side. A lot of our gifts and abilities actually like click in when we're young, but most of us suppress it to some degree, you know, because we're like freaked out by it. Energy is everything. I've been ridiculously sensitive since I was super young, but I didn't realize what it was until later on. My mother passed it on to me, but never told me until I asked about. A lot of the gifts and abilities we have are passed down through the matriarchy. Jamara, that's a great analogy. Thank you, as always. Steve, that's a good idea. Beth, T. Roberts, retracted message. I gotta catch up on my comments, guys. I'm sorry. Take no prisoners. Early this year, we are super distant geographically and emotionally. I want to change it so much. You got the power to do it, love. Jamari, yes, a list video. I need TV shows. I don't watch TV. I can't. I can recommend a dark one. I can only recommend a dark one that I watched years ago. But if I'm gonna watch something, I want. It was so good because it was so psychological, and even though it was dark, it like just hit. What was it called? It was with I'm working on it. I'm working on it, guys. I can't even. Mia names, y'all. I can't remember the show name and I can't remember who is on it, but I can remember who they are and what they've been in. So let's see if we can reverse engineer the show. Oh, it just came to me. Gillian Anderson. So it's a TV show with Gillian Anderson. It was, I think, on cable or Netflix. I don't think it wasn't on like regular network TV. Gillian Anderson and the guy that was in the movie that was a remake of the book 50 Shades of Grey. So the guy that played Christian Grey, that actor did a TV show. It was it wasn't like a series. It was like a mini series. It was like a six episodes or 8 episodes. Wow. Just wow.
Was it good?
So good. It was dark. So good. And but fair warning, it's dark and it's potentially triggering. Absolutely amazing.
Is it really, really, really dark?
It's dark. It's really dark. Absolutely amazing. It's the only show aside from V that I would ever recommend to anybody. Period. The end. Let me go back to catching up on comments. Hell in a handbasket being ushered out. Yes, Jamara. From the back. T. Roberts, have you done an energy read for Chicago? If not, can you? I will gladly add it to the list, T. Roberts. Steve, handbaskets exist, hell doesn't. Correct. Guys, if you have not seen the video that I have done on hell, I highly recommend it. It's honestly one of my favorite videos of all time.
Mom, why did you do a video on hell if it doesn't exist?
Because I want to create a high vibe energy in the world, and I think if more people knew that hell didn't exist, it would leave them feeling more free and unencumbered. Not to do bad deeds, but to stop being so hard on themselves. Bernice, I feel like that could be why I've been feeling weird and I can't quite explain it. I think you hit it on the head. It makes a lot of sense. I'm glad that the message that was meant for you right now, Bernice, has made its way to you and has found you, or you found it. Take no prisoners. Why aren't people furious about all the truths that we are learning? We're numb. How many people Netflix and chill? How many people, bye love, how many people are so shut down? Like, we disassociate by sitting down. I do this too sometimes, guys. I'm not like throwing shade. At the end of the day, we come home, we sit down on the sofa, and we just scroll. We sit on social media and we scroll for hours. This is a form of disassociation. We're so numb to the world, and we're so disillusioned, and we're so used to feeling oppressed. That is why the reveals are going to get more and more overt and more over the top. Because for the people in the nosebleed section that don't have a clear view because they're so asleep, they're practically comatose, they need to be shaken awake. So it's going to get more and more overt. It's not for us, it's for the people in the back that can't actually see what's going on because they are disassociated to the max. They are so asleep they're practically comatose. That's why. Sarah Lee, yeah. Oh God, Brad Pitt and Micho Black. Oh my God. Somebody needs to find me a high vibe clone of Brad Pitt, because I might just cave. I might just take a clone of Brad Pitt at this point, circa those days. Oh boy, or I just need to, I don't know. I need to manifest. I mean, you see, I'm reduced to nothing. I can't even like form coherent sentences when I think about Brad Pitt from those days. It's just like, this is something, I don't know, guys, like, I know that I looked into him and Angelina. I might have to do just an energy read on Brad Pitt, because like, there is something so, like, I would not be surprised if, like, I'm under some form of mind control when it comes to Brad Pitt. Do you see what happens when I think about Brad Pitt? Like, I turn into a bumbling fool. Jenna, Surviving the Game is a mega huge reveal, mid-90s, starring Ice-T and Gary Busey, even set near Portland. It's wild. Jenna, can you email? I'm never going to remember the name of this, and I'm not in my domain where I have like a notebook like right here. I'm never going to remember the name, but I need to add it to my list. Please email it to me, love. Jenna, I knew a dude that could levitate. It really raised his blood pressure to do so. I still don't get it. There's a guy named Wim Hof. He does like crazy things in the cold. He broke the matrix. He could sit like in ice water for an hour and it doesn't affect him. He broke the matrix. It is possible, guys, to break it. Jamara, damn, that sucks. How long is this going to take? I don't do predictive videos for a reason. You know that, dear. But I will say, every time I've looked into it, I've consistently seen by 2032, we're going to be in a different world. But it's going to get gnarly. 2026 is not going to be a cakewalk. Like, guys, 2026 is not going to be a cakewalk. So what I also see going on prior to 2026, though, is people homesteading more and moving into small communities and isolating themselves a lot more, because what's going to happen in 2026 is really going to be the shake and bake to wake up the sleepers. But it's not, we do not have to be taken for the ride. We can stay in our own vibration, and we can acknowledge that a lot of what's going on is not for us. So continue to do things that are going to raise your vibration. You know, maybe move to a different location, or start to homestead, or just start to retract as much of your attention as you can from the matrix so you can be more self-reliant. But again, remember, a lot of what's going to happen is not for us. It's for them in the nosebleed section. I know, Jamara. It's like so much, yes, it is so much pus under the surface. Push it out. Everything is by divine timing, though, because if too much came out too soon, people would not be ready to accept it. And they also can't reveal things that are going to supersede people's free will. So it's a very delicate balancing act between what can be revealed and in what timeline can it actually, in fact, be revealed. Trey, can you look into Dr. Delbert Blair and see if he has any advice on current times? He said, he laughed. Hold on, Trey. He's a bit talkative right now. He's giving me, it almost feels like it's some sort of like a doctorate hypothesis that he's giving me on the current state of affairs and what's going on. I'm trying to like fast forward and get to like the end of it. I'm trying to fast forward and get to the end of it so I can see like what is the takeaway in all of this. But essentially he's laughing and he's talking a lot with his hands right now. Can we cut to the chase, dude? Essentially, the takeaway is it's all high vibe. Everything that's happening, even if we don't see it right now, it's high vibe. Jenna, I always think of Neo. Yes, puking during his awakening and how Morpheus says it's more difficult if you're older. Yes, exactly. Right, Jamara? I love the vibe too. The live streams are so much fun. They're just so fun. Natalie, thank you, dear. I might have to go to the bathroom before I continue to catch up on the comments and before I look into your question. But hold on. Hello, Faye. I'm currently not feeling so great energetically. What advice do my guides have for me at this time? Write it out. You're actually in the process of energetically ascending right now, Natalie. You are having what is known as ascension symptoms. That is what's going on right now. So what was shown to me, I don't know where you live. If you can get to some place that has water, so ideally if you can get to the ocean, if not the ocean, any body of water, but it has to be moving water, not like a lake, not still water. Can you go somewhere, even if it's like a 2-hour drive, someplace where there is maybe even like a real or artificial waterfall, water. You don't need anything. What's gonna help you ride the waves, the literal waves of the ascension symptoms that you're going through, is to be near water, but it has to be moving water. One second, I'm in the flow. If it is not moving water, if it is stagnant water, it's going to reinforce the feelings of stagnant energy that you have inside of yourself right now. It's going to be very beneficial for you right now as you're riding the waves as the ascension symptom. Get into an area where there is moving, flowing water. Even if it is artificial, it's going to help you tremendously, Natalie.
Mom.
Let me know if you have any questions. I really got to go pee, guys. And Pitt needs me for a moment.
Second.
I will be right back.
Okay.
I will be right back, guys.
Mom, does
Yes,
the
love.
Hudson River with the bridge work?
Oh, that is such a good question. Yeah, because if it's flowing water, then yes. But it's not
Bye.
stagnant water.
Bye. Okay. I'm gonna be here. Okay, I'm going back. Enjoy silence. Oh man, the tablet turned off. Okay, no more silence. I'm just gonna throw the ball around. This. Okay. That's actually a great pitching arena. Gotta find like ball that I can pitch with. There. Okay. Pitching staff. Oh, ball. Call. Oh, you're back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, my Kindle.
I know. Bring it on over. Do you guys hear the alarm that's going off? It's just real life, like to the max right now. It's funny. It's actually genuinely funny to me.
What's the alarm for?
It beats the heck out of me.
Yeah, me too. Beats the heck out. Pitch.
No.
No.
Respect for the viewers, please. Keep it quiet down here.
Bye.
Oh, by the way, Natalie, we're told to celebrate your 10th Super on a live stream. So thank you very much. And that is definitely noteworthy and celebratory. Frey, can you do, right? It is a woo. Frey, can you do a behind the veil energy read on my, so, Frey, did you see the video I had done on the dark content for TV? Because I think I kind of touched upon Ryan Murphy in it. So let me know if you've seen it, and if not, go back and watch it, because I've actually touched specifically on Ryan Murphy because he does a lot of dark content for TV, like American Horror and all of that. So I think the answer that you seek is going to be in it. But also, so here's the thing. He's connected to the other side.
Why did you pause?
Because I was waiting for the information to continue,
And why
like to
are you
finish.
sitting like that?
Because I like to move.
I like to move it. You like to move it.
It's hard to sit still and do nothing for hours on end. I
True.
like to move my body.
Me too.
There you go. There's your answer.
I'm gonna go play.
Ryan Murphy is connected to the other side. So sometimes when somebody is so prolific with the content that they're creating, i.e., for example, a Stephen King, it's an indication of what they're connecting to on the other side. because their crown chakra is blown wide open. But it's not just rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns on the other side, guys. There's dark shit too. And if someone's not discerning, i.e., or if someone is in the club and they know what they're connecting to, but they have some sort of an agreement to receive information in exchange for something else, they are going to be connecting to dark energy to bring it down into the world. He is hella fucking connected to the other side. So, but with him, what's actually being shown to me is it started off with him not being discerning with things that were going on in his own personal life that compromised his energy.
Hey, Mom.
So I'm in the flow, i.e., he's an energetic match then therefore for dark energy. He specifically, what's being shown to me, was not discerning with sexual partners. So he was in a compromised energetic state and was therefore an energetic match for dark energy on the other side, and he is bringing it down into the world. I.e., then hence he was an energetic match for the club. So if your question is he in the club? Yes. Which then may make one wonder if he's in the club and the club is now under, there's a new sheriff in town, why is there a continuation of the creation of dark content for TV? That comes back to a point I have previously spoken about, which is contrast. Contrast is a concept that exists naturally in the universe.
Mom.
I'm in the flow. You're going to have to wait, too.
Sure.
So, because contrast naturally exists in the universe, the new sheriff in town, it's not superseding people's free will to enhance the contrast that exists. The enhancement of the contrast is designed in such a way that as people are, even if they're not necessarily waking up, but like, people can look at this and they can say, do I want to watch this? Even if they're not attuned to their own energy, it's like, I don't know if I like the way this makes me feel. This is really like legit creepy. It's an enhancement of the contrast, even for the people that are not awake and are not aware, but even more so for the people that are awake and are aware. It's like, what do I want to give my personal attention to? Something that's dark like this? Or do I want to retract my attention from it? It's the creation of contrast. So it serves a purpose and it is not superseding people's free will. That is why there can still be dark content on TV right now, even as the vibration is changing on Earth. It's for people to start to sift and sort through what are they wanting to give their attention to and what do they want to retract their attention away from. That was a long answer, but we finally got to it.
Okay, now, wait. Do you want to hear some cool music?
I love the music, but I'm not of the opinion that now is a good time for it.
I'm just gonna, okay, here's the music.
I don't know if you guys can actually hear it. Wait, there's no music right now.
Wait.
That's not cool, that's just noise. But do you guys see what Pitt is doing? Without knowing, he's actually creating contrast right now. Divine timing, y'all. It perfectly ties into what we were talking about. That is, no.
What?
No, I'm kiboshing it.
Ah.
No.
Did you guys like it?
I gotta catch up on comments before I can get to if they like it or not.
Okay.
Jamara, yes, I love the co-host and membership. Yes, girl, yes. Pissed like a racehorse. What? Real life over here. T. Roberts, some psychics also highly recommend the movie Ghost and some What Dreams May Come. So I have referenced Ghost. It's kind of legit. It's kind of like that. I don't know What Dreams May Come, so I'm gonna This is what I need mods for. I need somebody that's going to keep like a running list of things that are going to come up that I need to remember for next time.
Not me.
Not going to happen otherwise. Thank you, Natalie. He is. Steve, the live is They Live is a great movie too. Somebody please email all of this to me. I will never remember it.
I can email it to your mind.
Work on your telepathic communication and you'll be able to send it to me.
I don't want it.
Steve, wow, what a stretch for Kim. Exactly, right? Take no prisoners. I feel like we are being told in a factual manner, no emotion attached, so we aren't emotional about this sick manner of how things are and always was. Because part of it is going to be so jarring that for us to accept it, we need to be numbed out to some extent. Yes, Jenna, the X-Files. I love you guys. You guys, I mean, you always know what I'm talking about. Thank you guys. Yes! Yes, yes, T. Roberts. The Fall. It is brilliant. That show is brilliant. It's dark and it's amazing. I highly recommend The Fall. It is so damn good. I never have seen the X-Files. I don't think I need to because basically that show was one giant reveal. Like there's probably nothing that was in it that we even need to talk about because that show was just reveal central, left, right, and center. Yes, Lena, right? The juicy intel for the members' videos. Brainwashing, take no prisoners, correct. Steve, Sarah Lee, that was my fave Brad Pitt, hands down. I know, oh my God, but I'm so behind on the comments, guys. I'm so sorry, I'm catching up. Take no prisoners. I felt that way about Gavin until your video. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of disillusionment starts to happen when we peel that veil back and we see what's really going on. I'm sorry, guys. T. Roberts, Brad Pitt even has that. Yes, he does. Oh my God. Oh my God. I turned to jelly at Brad Pitt's hands. Even now, as an older man, he's very, very, very attractive. Sarah, Steve, those were his days, most definitely. Jenna, I feel the same way about Josh Homme. He's my Brad Pitt. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, love. I need to keep a running list so I can look him up later on. Lisa Reno, which Ed Norton movie do you suggest? I forgot the name of it. It's a period piece and it's about magic. That's the one. I don't remember what it's called. Sorry. Franca, Eminem's new album is called The Death of Slim Shady. Is that a reveal? Yes, it's a reveal. Absolutely, it's a reveal. And those of you that are members and have seen the video on Eminem, you know exactly why that is the case. It's my channel. I can hype my membership if I want to. I'm gonna get this. Missa Quanova, worse than COVID. I'm not sure what you're referencing. I need more explanation, dear. Tamika, Faye, do you come up to NorCal? We are up in the Sonoma Napa wine country. Come join us. It's beautiful. We will host you. I want to take a road trip with Pitt. I want to take him to specifically not San Francisco. I want to do like the one up north. It's so magnificent. So maybe I'll do that actually at the end of the summer. And of course, if I make it to San Francisco, I'm going to be in your guys' neck of the woods. I will reach out to you and I will let you know that I am there. Jamara, Dr. Delbert Blair, who asked that? Somebody a few minutes ago before I went to P like a racehorse. Steve, Dr. Delbert, and I share the same last name, LOL. Trey, okay, thank you. You're most welcome. I am so behind on comments. I'm sorry, guys. Jamara, okay, I like that. Stay on my high vibe. I will try to be patient. I'm being fictitious. I promise I know how to read. I'm being fictitious because I want really people to wake up so we can have fun. Maybe this is something within me then. Maybe this is an invitation for you. If you feel so strongly about it, maybe part of your mission right now is to start to wake people up. Take no prisoners. Have you ever heard of Eva Perón? Oh, yeah. She was basically considered a saint in Argentina in the 40s mostly. Real deal, rags to riches. She was a politician and was beyond loved. Anything you feel. She was in the club, I'm sorry. Jamara, I thought that alarm was outside my window. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. It definitely sounds like it's coming outside my window, though. T. Roberts, I have had very... Do you hear the alarm?
Yes.
Okay, it's outside my window. T. Roberts, I have had very freaky experiences reading a Stephen King... So, watch the segments on... T. Roberts, he might be your favorite author. It's in a previous AMA. You know I have timestamps on them. Please go back and watch the segment on Stephen King.
Please.
Hey, Ali G. I'm so glad you made it, dear.
Hey.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I kind of like it too. But I rarely bring... Real life over here. Pip just threw a ball across the room. I really wear it because gray is in fact my favorite color, and I wear gray more than almost anything. Like if you came over and you opened up my closet, it would be like, Faye, it's time to stop buying gray. And I'd be like, I acknowledge what you're saying is factually correct, but I'm not going to stop buying gray. I love gray. I have like 25 gray sweaters and shirts, and I will continue forever to buy gray. So pink is not a color that I wear often, but it's like a happy color. It makes me feel happy when I wear it, but it doesn't hold a candle to gray, just like Charlie Hunnam doesn't hold a candle to Brad Pitt, circa Legends of the Fall. Jamara, Ryan's Murphy's Club connection is funny and intriguing. If you haven't seen the video I did on dark content being made for TV, it's going to also fill in some of what's going on in connection to that. Thank you, Lisbeth, he is. Oh, yes! So I loved Fringe for a minute, and then the last season I didn't love so much. Just like I don't love my hair so much right now.
Then don't like your hair.
Dude, it looks so good right when I came out of the shower. It's not looking so good right now. You are most welcome, Franca. T. Roberts, do you think Brad Pitt has something magical that makes people swoon over him? He's hot. I know that's not what you're asking. Let's actually see what's going on with him. He was infused with something because, in case you guys don't know it by now, he was absolutely in the club. It's so wild. Like, there really are reveals, guys. He had done an interview when he was kind of like in his heyday, and somebody had, in an interview, someone had asked him, like, I think it was a question like, how religious would you say that you are, or you grew up in a small town, and like what, I don't know, it's some sort of a question that has to do with something that has to do with like, I guess his upbringing, and he answered it in a way that was like, if someone didn't know, you would absolutely hear it and you'd be like, he's joking. He wasn't joking, guys. So the answer he gave was he was practicing Satanism and it was going well and he liked it. So for someone who's not awake and aware, they'd hear that and they'd laugh and they'd be like, oh, he's making a joke, and that wasn't a joke. So he was, when he had joined the club, you know, because it's like, what are you going to pay to play? Everybody has something that the club wants from them or has some sort of an agenda that they want the person to promote and put forth. So his pay to play was literally becoming a Satanist. But not like the Church of Satan. Like for reals. Because I've done a reveal on, was it a members video? I don't think, oh yeah, it was a members video on Betty White. The Church of Satan, it was like smoke and mirrors, because in the Church of Satan, they weren't really worshiping Satan. That was like, you know, for alternative people that wanted to like piss off their parents. But there was no special sauce in it in which they were actually like connecting to Satan. That was more like tongue-in-cheek, like, yeah, we worship Satan. No, people really do. He really did. So he was given, you really could say some sort of like a special sauce was infused into him that made him so magnetic. So yes, there was something magical to him, but it was not anything good. It was not anything that was of the light. It was actually of the dark, because it was through his association of worshiping Satan. Jamara, my typing sucks. I still get you, girl. Because we vibe at the same frequency. Steve, I would bet that he does almost certainly, because he does. Jamara, I gotta go back. What did you butcher, dear? Hold on, I gotta go back. What did Jamara say? I don't even know what you said, because I got what you were saying, girl. Sorry. Take no prisoners. Did you read this long novel of a comment I wrote, but somehow I got into Kurt Cobain and the girl with the most cake. Do you know about her mother? I read your comment. I think I responded to it, didn't I? If I didn't, I am so sorry. Take no prisoners. I really pride myself in responding to every comment, and I suddenly feel absolutely terrible if I didn't respond to you. I really am certain that I did respond to your comment about her. I saw your comment. You're talking about Frances Bean, right? I have not done an energy read on her. If it is her that you're talking about, just know that she is on my list, and I absolutely intend to look into her energy. I just haven't done it yet. But yes, I did read your long novel of a comment, Take No Prisoners. Jamara, sorry to give you a brain game. I don't know what you're referencing, because I think I'm reading your comments just fine, unless I'm skipping over them. I don't really know, to be honest. Jamara, I thought he popped a balloon. The subtle K.
What?
Yeah, Ali G, gray is my spirit animal color. It is cozy as heck.
True.
Franca, hi Faye. Before you cancel your Netflix subscription, there is a good document series called Dancing for the Devil. It's about 7M cult in California, where a lot of okay. When I get home before I cancel it, I'll try. Franca, please email me that, dear, or in one ear out the other. I'm never gonna remember that. Take no prisoners. Ava was, yes, she was. That's a bummer to me. I've been upset. I'm so sorry. So here's the thing. A lot of the things we discover when we look behind the veil is understanding that a lot of the world, as we know it, is a complete fabrication. And I'm sorry, because you saw it. There was no hesitation. It was clear as day. It fell into my head. She was part of the club. I'm sorry. Frey, can you do a behind the veil energy read on, I'm going to try to say this and not butcher the name, Ástþór Magnússon Wium. He was a president of Iceland candidate for the president election in June. He's very controversial here in Iceland. Frey, can you email his name to me? He vowed to go to Russia to speak with Putin about no. This is a fabrication. This what I'm reading right now is a fabrication. Something about it is, I might have to look into him now. Hang on a second. So he vowed to go to Russia to speak with Putin about negotiating peace with Russia. He felt Iceland should leave NATO. Almost all people in Iceland have. There's something incongruent. Let me go back and see his name. Ástþór Magnússon Wium. He has good integrity and he has good intentions. It's being shown to me that he's being a puppet, though. So there's something incongruent with his intentions and the way in which he can represent himself. Or I would even say, like, it's being shown to me like an energetic suppression. Like, he is not, either I would say he's not aligned with himself, or it's, so the way it's being shown to me is, if you have like a pump that you pump up a ball with, it's a one-way valve. Pep knows all about this because we have tons of balls and tons of ball pumps. It's a one-way valve. It's designed that you pump the air in, but if you leave the valve connected, the air doesn't leave from it. It's a one-way valve. But with him, it's being shown to me it's the opposite. So it's not where he's being pumped up, and it's a one-way, oh, okay, bye.
I'm going.
You're doing it intentionally now. Don't even.
I did that.
So he's not being energetically pumped up, but it's like the air is actually being taken out of him. It's a reverse of the way a ball pump actually is designed to work. So he is not being energetically built up. He's being energetically siphoned off. So he is somehow either not aligned, or I feel like he's maybe had to make too many, I'm not saying he made a deal with the devil, but like I feel like he's almost made too many deals along the way to get him to the point that where he was, that he cannot any longer be his own man because he is too compromised with all of the deals that he has made at this point. But it's most prominently being shown to me as some sort of an energetic fracture inside of him. He is not his own man, or he is not in alignment with the highest version of himself at this time. That is what I got for you. Because as soon as I started reading what you had said, it felt to me like off, like something felt off. It felt like a top that was spinning on the wrong side. T. Roberts makes, I think, sense since he has a Capricorn stellium. I think we're talking about Brad Pitt, right? Jamara, what's your favorite style aesthetic in your life? I'm not sure if you're asking me. But if you're asking me, my favorite style aesthetic is androgynous. You can't tell. Like my favorite expression of how I adorn my physical body is like combat boots with jeggings and like a lumberjack shirt and like a denim jacket, but full on makeup on the face. So it's playing with the androgyny of physical identity. That is my personal favorite aesthetic. Like that's, I think, why I love the winter, because in the winter I could live in that style. But in the summer, it's like so damn hot. It's all about survival. It's like, you can't be cute in the summer. I'm just like wearing like a light breezy dress because it's too dang hot, and I can't wear makeup because it literally melts off my face. The summer is not a cute season. The summer is like, I gotta just survive this to get to the cute season. Jenna, Courtney's mother is in psychiatry. Huge part of the problem, I think. Courtney is a huge problem, not necessarily only her mother. Jamara, before you cancel your Netflix, what the heck am I paying for? I pay $240 a year for nothing. I haven't turned on Netflix in like, probably since like last year when the new season of Bridgerton came out. Not even this season of Bridgerton, like the last season of Bridgerton. Take no prisoners. Because it's all bullshit to me. I don't, anything in the 3D is like, take me, Lord, take me.
Take her, Lord, take her.
Take no prisoners. I don't know if you did. I haven't looked. No Courtney. Her mother was the daughter of the mayor of San Francisco, and they left her a huge trust fund. She blew through very quickly, and she returned to San Francisco. I mean, the blowing through the trust fund within itself is a huge red flag. Natalie, Fay, is George Martin the author of a song? Yes, he is. Oh, is he in the club? No, I don't think he's in the club. So I have also previously done a segment in a AMA about fantasy and sci-fi writers. They're actually connected to something on the other side, but they don't know that they're connected. So what they're actually doing is because their crown chakra is blown wide open, they're connecting to something, but they don't know that it's real. So they're writing it as if it's fantasy or as if it's fiction, because they don't have the understanding or the awareness of the fact that they're actually connecting to something divine or something in another realm or something in another dimension. He's not in the club though. He is just, again, crown chakra blown wide open. He's connecting to another realm or another dimension, and he is bringing forth what he has seen, not understanding that it's in fact real, and it's presented as it being fantasy. Take no prisoners. During her life, this was before she figured out who she wanted to be. Or I think if you're talking about Courtney, there is nothing about her that's real. Everything is some sort of a fabrication. So I would say it's not so much who she figured out who she wanted to be. It was more what was the reinvention of herself at that time, but it's not a reflection of anything that's real. PH Rolls. I had to leave for a bit and I'm back now. Has there been an energy read on Lucifer yet? Yes, but it's a members exclusive video, and I'm sorry, but it's one of the best videos, if I do say so myself, that I have ever done. And I know that some of my members are going to back me up on that. Like, it's one of the best. It's one of the best videos I've ever done. Am I biased? Yes. Do I feel like members, if you've seen it, back me up on this, because I know I'm biased. That video is thebomb.com. Beth, sorry Faye and chat, but I have to leave. No, love, you don't have to apologize. I'm so glad that you made it, and I'm going to catch you at the next members live stream, my dear. I'm glad that you caught us, Beth, and you can catch the rest part of the replay crew. Jenna, bring to Japan and abandon there to become enslaved on a school bus. Right, Jamara? Jamara's like, yes, your fave. T. Roberts, what do you think of angel numbers? Repetitive. They do mean something, but it's more. So here's the thing. A lot of things in the spiritual community have been hijacked, if you will. Like this whole idea of a twin flame has been completely hijacked. So the so-called angel numbers are actually real, but what it's more a reflection of is a vibration alignment or vibrational resonance. That's what's coming in about it. It is real, but it's not what we've been told that it is. It's anything that we understand about math and like numbers has actually been shown to me as being incredibly divine, but our understanding of it is so incomplete. Now, what I'm going to say about it is what's also been shown to me subsequently, you know, like, why is the Matrix such a reveal? I mean, it's for so many different reasons. But when Neo actually saw the Matrix for what it was, what was the representation of it? Numbers. The foundation of the universe that we currently live in is comprised of numbers, but we don't even understand what that means. Numbers are incredibly divine, but we're veiled from it. I'm even veiled from it. That it's like the example I give you guys is, let's say a friend comes over and my friend is in med school and my friend leaves a med school book on my coffee table. My friend goes to the bathroom and I flip through the book. It's like, can I read it? Can I see what it says? Yes. Do I understand it? Not a lick of it. So what's been shown to be about numbers is it's incredibly divine, but it doesn't even make sense what's been shown to me because it's so veiled, we're not meant to understand it. But the entire foundation of the 3D physical universe we live in is built on numbers, but not numbers in the way that we understand it, because numbers are a representation of 3D materialism, but it's actually, numbers are divine. So numbers are, if you will, it's the blending, it's the union of numbers and the representation of the 3D, but it's infused with divinity in it. That's why numbers are the foundation of the 3D material world that we live in, because numbers represent 3D materialism, but it's infused with divinity. That's why it's the foundation of the entire known universe. Again, I can say that to you, I don't even understand what that means. So that's a very, very long answer, T. Roberts, to explain to you that there is something to the so-called angel numbers, but our understanding of it is corrupted. We don't even understand the significance of it, but it is a real thing. Jenna, I could tear Courtney Love and her cohorts apart all day long. She's all smoke and mirrors. Like, to me, there's nobody, the lights are on, but there's nobody home. She's not even like, she's like real, but the entire construct of her personality is false. It's a fabrication. Jamara, that's a really dope answer. I never realized or picked that up. Thanks. You're most welcome. I don't even know. I think I'm so behind on the comments. I don't even know what you're saying thank you to, but you're welcome nonetheless. Yes, take me, Lord. T. Roberts, it was Courtney Love's birthday yesterday. Ah. I get it. I get it. I mean, here's the thing, Jamara. I don't literally want to be unalived. It's just like, I'm so like trying to check out of the 3D. It's like I just want to be in union with the divine all the time. I want to have like the divine on my speed dial. Steve, Satan, not Lucifer. Yeah. Yeah. T. Roberts, I wonder about the energy of Barron Trump. He's a kid. So I've looked into him in a previous AMA. I've looked into him and Melania Trump together. Jamara, I'm sorry. Sci-fi writers not knowing they're connected to the is so hilarious to me. I'm sorry. Like, wow, you think you're just a cool yes, I know. Isn't it wild? It's like, but it's even what had come in the segment that I had done for the AMA. I had compared it to like a mirror. Like they are turning what they see around and they're reflecting it out to the collective, not knowing that it's actually a representation of what they themselves are connected to. It's so wild. Jenna, the Lucifer reading is dope. I think about it almost every day. The location, right? Holy fucking, that, like, I don't play favorites for my own videos because I think they're all bombastic, baby fantastic. But if I had to choose two of my favorite videos, it would probably be the one on Satan and the one on hell. But you guys can tell me what your favorite videos are. Steve, yeah, the Satan video is crucial watching. I think so too. Natalie, love sci-fi and fantasy. I will only read it because to me, I feel like I'm getting insight into what these people are connected to on the other side. Like, I don't want to read more about the 3D material world that I live in. No, please, I want to be transported to another world, another dimension. They've got a direct line. That's why I want to read about it. Jenna, it also would have been O.J. Simpson's birthday on the same day. The Bronco chase overshadowing any shady business about Kurt's death months before, right? Steve, are Satan and Lucifer not different beings? Satan is not an angel, but Lucifer is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I gotta read that again, Steve. Hold on. Are Satan and Lucifer not different beings? Satan is not an angel, but Lucifer is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Steve, you have to go back and rewatch the video that I did on Satan, okay? But what's been shown to me, they are two different beings. They're different, but they're kind of tied and they're kind of connected. So if you look at it this way, imagine, if you will, like we have a higher self. The opposite version of a higher self, let's say, would be the higher self is the part that stays connected to the divine at all times. And then there's the version of ourself that is in the 3D material world. So Lucifer and Satan are two sides of the same coin. One could say that Satan is the bigger expression of what Lucifer, in fact, actually is. So they're separate, but they're connected. Let me know if that makes sense. Jamara, I need a good numerology book. I want to learn the real math so bad. Here's the thing, Jamara. Anything that you read, it's not the full breadth and scope. It's not the full story. So what I would say is, if you really want to connect to it, just meditate on it and allow the information to come to you. Because I think anything that you're going to, when you have a direct line to the other side, anything that's going to come in is going to be more real and more aligned than anything that's written about in a corrupted 3D book. Because any book about numbers is incomplete because it's not taking into account the divinity of it. Take no prisoners. I heard somewhere the answer to everything is 23, just saying. I wonder if that's why, there's that 23andMe. Just saying, maybe there is something to that. Dro Granada, got to go, but thank you, Fay. You are most welcome. I'm glad that you were able to join us. Take no prisoners, said Jenna. Yes. What did Jenna say? Oh yeah, about the Bronco. Oh my God, guys, I caught up on all of the comments. I'm so excited. Guys, you can flood me with more comments right now so I can fall behind on them. But we are at 193 minutes and 12 seconds now. So maybe we're gonna start to wrap this up soon.
You're actually wrong.
Because we did a first one too. Yeah, that's true actually.
Mom.
Yes, love.
You should make these into 2 live streams, part 1 and part 2 for the replay.
And I will have to. Jenna, could you look into Jello Biafra?
Just give the replay crew more to do.
Jello Biafra of the Dead Kennedys and the death of their drummer D.H. Peligro, please. Only info is on TMZ. Jello shared it. Very sketchy to me. He was unalived. T. Roberts, Courtney Love, O.J. Simpson, Jodi Arias, all... Woo! Ho! Some weird-ass energy on that day. That's all I can say. Take no prisoners while time fly. It really does fly when you're having fun. Steve, don't forget Lou. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Steve. Okay, Lou M. Taylor.
Who's Lou M.
In the club.
I love you,
So,
Mom.
I love you. Immediately, as soon as I connected to the energy, in the club, designed to, the word that came in is trap. Trap people's energy. But it's more than just trapping, it's siphoning the energy off of them. Well, I want to see what this is because it's two separate and distinct things, but they're connected. So he is in the club, he is trapping and siphoning the energy off of them. It's through the money, it's through the monetary means of the people he is being, I can't even say the word, Steve, I don't think so. He's a conservatorship attorney, right? Or something like that. So he is in the club, he is specifically designed to bring the performer's energy down and then so it's trapping the energy in a low state, but he's also siphoning it off. He's siphoning it. This is, you know what, Steve? This is the wildest thing. It just came in. It has to do with money laundering. I almost feel like they're siphoning the money out of the celebrities and it's money laundering. They're taking the money away from them and they're putting it towards something else. So he is actually an expert money launderer. This, what's his name again? Lou, I lost it. Oh, the comments, here we go. Lou M. Taylor is a expert money launderer. That is actually what he is doing because he's in the club, absolutely in the club. He is designed to first trap somebody's energy and then to energetically siphon it away from them through the money, but it's for the purposes of actually money laundering. So that is what Lou M. Taylor actually is, and that is actually what his purpose is. Oh, hey Frank, I'm glad you made it. I know that's why I read fantasy and listening to fantasy books. I wanted to escape from this reality, absolutely. I don't want to read any more fiction. I don't want to read anything that has to do with reality. Take me away. I want to get insight into what's really going on. I love you. Take no prisoners. She is sick. I know. Not you take no prisoners, Courtney. She's just a fabrication. She's not real. She's all smoke and mirrors. She has no core self-identity. Jenna, I knew it. Did he know too much about something? What's Jello hiding? He found out some, oh God, he found out something. I feel sick. Like, he found out something about the industry. He couldn't accept it. He was gonna whistleblow essentially. He couldn't accept it. It was eating away at him. It was destroying him. He was gonna blow the whistle and that's why he was taken out. He found out something. It was beyond the pale. It was beyond, like, he had seen some shit and he was like, okay, like, it's an alternative lifestyle. I get that. He saw something that was like beyond, he doesn't even want to share it with me. It was beyond the pale. And he's like, people need to know about it. So he was going to blow the whistle and that's why he was taken out. Jenna, that's definitely what Lou does. PH rolls. Has there been an energy reading on Ryan Gosling and Ava? So, and one on J.K. Rowling. I've never done a full behind the veil on J.K. I've kind of like alluded to her here and there. I've never done a full. I'll actually add her to the list. So I've started to look into Ava Mendez and Ryan Gosling. Here's the thing. He's in the club.
Bye. Bye, Mom.
Bye, love. He's in the club. He's not just in the club. He's from a club family. Because he was in the Mickey Mouse Club. So he was inserted into the industry when he was young because he showed an aptitude for it. She's not really in it. So there's, he kind of had to get the okay to marry her because he really does love her and she really does love him. But they usually like to put people together. But he kind of was like, I've done so much. I've been so affiliated. He had to, you have to understand though, and this is kind of what I had shared in the video I had done on the Hollywood industry. Most of the celebrity pairings that we see are not real. Especially if you look at like a Miley Cyrus, and I forgot who she was married to for like 5 seconds. They were in a long-term relationship and then they got married and then they got divorced. That is what will typically happen. So what was shown to me is if you have a celebrity pairing and they get married and they're together for under 5 years and then they get divorced, they were put together. It's some sort of a punishment though. It's a punishment when one club member is being an asshole and they're being unruly. So those that are above them will be like, okay, you're not behaving. You're now engaged to so-and-so. And the so-and-so that they're usually engaged to is somebody that is not maybe on the same level as them in the club, or it's somebody that's beneath them, and it's like an affront, or it's like really to punish them if they're matched with somebody that's below them in the club. Hierarchies matter. So if they don't behave, what they'll do is they'll engage them to a person. And then if they still don't behave, like Miley Cyrus, they'll make them marry that person. So her and I forgot who she was married to, were married, they were in a long-term relationship, they were married for like 5 seconds and then they divorced, right? Put together. So if somebody is, that's why a lot of times you'll see celebrities get engaged and then they never get married. It's like a course correction. It's to get them to behave. It's to remind them, you're not such a fucking hotshot because we can put you together with someone that's below you in the club. And it's kind of like an affront to them because they're very ego-oriented and they're very egocentric. So if somebody gets married, it's like the ultimate course correction. Like, it's like putting up, like when the puppy poos on the carpet, you take their face and you rub their face in the poo-poo. It's like, no, bad doggy. So they'll tend to do that. So for the fact of the matter is, when you do get couples together, that they live privately, they don't live publicly, they're together, they have kids together, that's usually an indication it's a real marriage. Because otherwise it's going to be like a 5-second engagement or a 5-second marriage. That's a real marriage between Eva Mendez and Ryan Gosling. But he's in the club and she knows about it. She never really popped. Her career never really popped. Like she kind of, almost not really. The reason that she had any level of success is because she has a very effervescent energy. And people genuinely liked having her around on set. She's funny. The way her energy was shown to me is like, she's like super fucking hot, but she actually thinks like a man. And she could make jokes like the way a man would make a joke. Like she actually has a very masculine energy and a very masculine kind of a mind. And men loved having her on set because she was super hot and they all wanted to bang her, but she wouldn't actually have sex with them. But she's like this beautiful woman and she would say like the most ridiculous things that would come from like a man's mouth. So they really, really genuinely liked her. She never really popped though, because she didn't want to join the club. So it's a bit of a tricky situation there because he's in it, she's not, she knows about it, he's in it, she doesn't want him to be in it, but she really loves him and he really loves her. So, but it's a real marriage. So that's what's going on with Eva Mendez and Ryan Gosling. That was kind of like a longie, but it is what it is. I gotta catch up on comments. Jamara, wow, okay. I still gotta get better with meditation. I feel like my imagination is shut off once I get quiet. Can you expand on that? What do you mean by that? Jenna, so I can fall behind on them. Jenna, she talks like she's a puppet in the club, 100% laundering. Steve, yeah, she finds a way to steal all their money. Yep. Yes, Luann, I think that's it, Luann Taylor, right? Jenna, she was in charge of Bam Margera's conservatorship, Lou M. Taylor. Yes, and Brittany, and yes, and Justin. Brittany, bless you. Sorry, I thought you were going to sneak. T. Roberts, Tom Hanks, oh God, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is, there is something with that day. I don't even know what to say. Holy hell. Tom Hanks is July 9th too, and people kept saying things about, there's a members exclusive video on Tom Hanks. That's all I'm going to say about that. So Jello Biafra is in, didn't I answer? Jenna, I thought I answered that, right, hun? Strength Rose for Life, The Weeknd is on my list. Have not done a deep dive. T. Roberts, here's one for the list. Tawny Kitaen, oh. She had some sort of a breakdown. What? Yeah, hold on. She's kind of chatty. She wants to talk to me right now. So she had a breakdown, not because of what she had seen. It was like, it's kind of like, she had a dark night of the soul, and that's what actually led to her breakdown. She had a dark night of the soul because she was hot shit. She was in all the music videos. Everyone wanted a piece of her, and then it was like from her, I'm not saying it was literally from one day to the next, because I don't think it was literal, but from her point of view, it felt literally like she went to sleep one night, she was hot shit. She woke up the next morning, and then like she was old news, nobody wanted her anymore. She had a dark night of the soul because of it, because her identity was so connected and so tied to her feeling wanted and her being desired for all of the music videos at that time, and then nobody wanted her anymore. So it was like she had a breakdown. She had some sort of a breakdown, but it was more like a dark night of the soul breakdown without her knowing that it was actually a dark night of the soul breakdown. She couldn't, again, because too much of her, that's judgy, not too much. So much of her identity was actually connected to the 3D world that when she lost her connection to it, she suddenly felt like lost. Who am I? What purpose do I have in this world? Nobody wants me. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. She had a breakdown. That is what happened with Tawny Kitaen. Jamara, okay, like eyes closed, mind quiet, nothing after. Why is that a bad thing? That's the entire point of meditation, Jamara. The point of meditation is to experience the quiet, so that way our mind is not competing with the information that wants to come in. So if you're getting to the point where your mind is already quiet, that's when you can start to invite the information to come into your guides. You can be like, what do you want to know? Ask for specific guidance. Because once the mind becomes quiet, that's when we can actually hear the goods that the guides bring. But your guides might be waiting for an invitation from you to be like, this is what I want to receive. So if you're getting that quiet, commune with your guides. Tell them what you want to invite in. And then just sit and be ready. And it might not happen in the first day, but also it might not happen in meditation. When my mind got really quiet, I'd get in my car, I'd have the music playing, because music for me is the ultimate high vibe. I remember one day I was just driving in my car, I had the music playing, and it was like, download central. It was like, oh my, I had to literally put voice notes on, and I was sending voice notes to myself of all the downloads that I was receiving. So be prepared, because the information may not come in meditation. It may come in, Jamara, when you are in an activity that is raising your vibration. Maybe working out, maybe listening to music, or whatever it is for you. It doesn't always come in meditation. So be prepared for that. I don't know what 6, oh yeah, 6-9, Jenna. PH rolls, thanks Faye. I will keep my eye out for your JK. I'm happy to oblige. Yeah, sending love to Tawny. PH rolls, oh Faye, are you able to tap? I did a mini energy read on Bjork. I had done it, I think it was maybe for a members live stream though. I don't remember what I had seen on her. I don't typically see people, I don't like to go, here's the thing. I don't like to badger people's energy. I don't like to go visit them typically more than once. On rare occasions I have. I think I've looked into Bjork Frey, if you're here, if you remember what I had said, can you comment on what I had seen for Bjork? Because I honestly don't remember. Jenna, oh wait, it's 7-9. I know, but here's the thing, Jenna, I knew that's what you meant. Oh yes, Stevie Wonder. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I think Stevie Wonder is a Saya. I don't think Stevie Wonder is actually vision impaired. Stevie Wonder is a psyop. And Stevie Wonder is a psyop designed to make us feel so shitty about ourselves. Like, look! He can't see and he can still play fucking piano better than I can. He's a psyop. Designed to make us feel bad about ourselves and to lower our vibration. He's not actually vision impaired. Is Tom Green on the... I don't think so, Steve, but he can be. Tom Green was more blind. I love you, Steve. Legit, though. Tom Green is like my neighbor that needs cataract surgery is more blind than Stevie Wonder. That, yes, Jenna, that man can see.
And he kisses.
I love you. Stevie Wonder is not vision impaired. Frey, yes, I asked about Bjork one time. I asked about her time making the Homogenic album. During that time, I asked if the club approached her. I suspected she denied them because a fan tried to unalive her. This is sounding familiar. You can if you remember what I said. Yes. So here's the thing, guys. When you get an intuitive hit like that, believe what you're getting. Because Pietro, this is all I knew it. He can see. You did know it. He can see. He absolutely can see. That man is not vision impaired, not one fucking lick. Bernice, but Stevie's eyes are jacked up. That means nothing. Okay. Do you know, I recently went to the eye doctors a lot. Do you know they can put eye drops in your eyes that could make you look like an alien? I'm not even kidding. They put eye drops in your eyes that dilate your pupils so much you look like alien eyes. They can put things in your eyes and he could be wearing contact lenses that make his eyes look jacked up. You can get, this is even crazier, guys. Someone said this to me. You can get an eye procedure, dye. You can get dye, put tattoo. You can have your eyes tattooed to permanently change your eye color. What? Say what now? No, this is beyond colored contact lenses. You can have your eyes tattooed. You can have dye implanted into your eyes to change the color of your eyes. There are things out there that we don't even know exists. He could be wearing lenses that make his eyes look jacked up. That man can see. Mars Deluxe, Sam Walton. I think you're asking me to look into Sam. I don't know. Natalie Torres. Have a great evening, Faye and chat. See you on... I love you, darling. I'm so glad that you made it. PH Rolls. Okay, thank you, Faye and Frey. Jamara. Oh, that's the point. Okay, I keep that in mind. That you're most welcome, darling. Bernice, that's true. I guess Hollywood could present anything the way they want it. And yeah, because we believe it to... Bernice, did you see the mini energy read I had done on, what's his name? Mia names. Neil Armstrong? As soon as I connected to his energy, he said to me, did you see what they wanted you to see? Did you see what they wanted you to believe to be true? They can tell us anything, and we're none the wiser, so we believe it because it's presented to us as true. Jamara, I expect to see films in my... Sometimes you do. Here's the thing. The information comes in different for everybody. So sometimes you'll see it as a film, but sometimes you're not going to see it as a film when you're in meditation, though, dear. PH Rolls, too many people in the industry joke about him seeing and everything because they have to. To satisfy their laws of karmic retribution, they have to tell you the truth. So they're going to say it, but it's going to be like, ha, ha, ha. Like Brad Pitt saying, I practice Satanism, ha, ha, ha. No, it's not fucking funny. He wasn't joking when he said it. He said it because he really practiced Satanism. But according to the Cabal's laws of karmic retribution, they have to tell you the truth. It doesn't matter how we receive it or how we perceive it. They've told us the truth. Frey, you said she was seduced in some way. You felt she didn't want to look back at that time. She felt blindfolded in sort of a way, like she wasn't able to see what was happening around. Frey, your memory is fantastic. I'm really glad that you remember what I had said, because I clearly didn't. Steve, I befriended a homeless guy with his eyeballs injected with ink just to learn what makes one do to themselves. Crazy shit, that's for sure. Jamara, I knew about, yeah, Stevie. Take no prisoners, brainwashing, absolutely. Right, Jenna? You know there's people that can have implants put into their head that give them fake horns? There's people that can have their eyes tattooed so it looks like their eyes are black. There's no white in their eyes whatsoever. Okay. So they can make people's eyes look jacked up with contact lenses. He'll take them out. 5 hours later, he'll be fine again. Yes, take no prisoners. That's exactly what the school system is. If you have not seen the video that I have done on Jeff Bezos, go back and watch it, because Jeff Bezos was talking about why the school system is so fundamentally broken. And it actually has to do with star seeds. Very, very insightful video. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go back and watch it. T. Roberts, maybe he can spiritually see. Not if he's been implanted into the club. He's too low vibe. Steve, like the rock. Yes, Steve, exactly. I'm not going to say that. But yes, exactly correct. Bernice, yes, I did see Neil Armstrong video. It's mind-blowing what we've been made to believe. Correct. Because we've been told if we see it, it must be true. There was a movie about that. It was the movie called Wag the Dog was a reveal. It was about a president starting a fake, not even a war. It was a war that was produced by a movie executive so that it was going to boost his numbers. Why would somebody make a movie about that? About a fake war that's being produced in a Hollywood studio? Because it's a reveal. Take no prisoners. I was told never reveal your weakness ever because it can always be used against you. Interestingly enough, that reminds me of a quote I had seen Heidi Klum say. An interviewer had once asked her, "What's your least favorite body part?" And she said, "Why would I share that with you?" Because then you're going to look at it and then you're going to be looking at me and you're going to be thinking, that's not my best body part. And it makes perfect sense if you see it that way. Like, yeah, oh my God, actually that's kind of right. All right, guys, it's 7:56. We're nearing, it's 7:56 on the East Coast. I think we're nearing the 4-hour mark. Let's do 4 more minutes. We'll round it up. We'll make it a nice even with a bow. 4 hours, and then we'll bounce from here. But I am going to do a members live stream, I hope on Friday. So members, check the community tab because I want to do it on Friday with you guys. And if you are not yet a member and you are loving this, guys, join us. We have a lot of fucking fun. That's all I want to say about that. Yeah. She clapped back, right? It's such a great response. Like, I read that and I was like, psh, she's absolutely fucking right. Yes, Jamara, I'm glad you made it too. Jenna, did the question about Garth Brooks and his wife? Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't see that, love, but of course they are. I mean, maybe it's not of course. They're in the club. Yes, T. Roberts, yes, it's a it's a members exclusive video though. Yes, please guys, Jamara is encourage you, exercising your free will if you want to. Join the membership. I don't know how much exclusive content I have there right now, but there's like, I don't even know. There's probably at least, I would say at this current point, 40, I would guess if I was estimating. I would say at this point there's probably 40 exclusive videos up there. It's a combination of exclusive content that I've created as well as members live streams that are kind of act as an AMA, but it's an AMA in real time. Because imagine, if you will, it's an AMA where you guys are asking me questions, kind of like a little bit of what we do here, where you guys are asking me questions and I'm looking into it in real time. So it's not like a pre-recorded AMA, it's a live stream AMA. So there's at least, I would say at this point, 40 members videos. I'm producing content on an ongoing basis. It's an incredible value.
A live AMA would be cool.
We're gonna do that one of these days.
Can I be part of it?
Possibly.
Oh wait, Mom, didn't you discuss that with me once?
I know I discussed it with my viewers. I don't know that I discussed it with you though. You might have to refresh my memory.
We discussed something about AMAs before.
Well, so the idea is one of these days I wanted to do like a AMA live stream. Like I'm gonna come on here with you guys and I'm gonna be like, bring it, people. Bring any question that you have. It'll be like a live stream AMA. So I kind of want to do that one of these days. Maybe that'll be the next AMA. We'll do like an AMA live stream and it will be like for regular channel. It won't be like membership. But seriously guys, like my membership is sick. You are most welcome, Bernice. So Mars, if you go into any of my videos and you go into the description box, there's a link in the description box on any of my videos. You can access a link that will take you directly to my channel membership. Take no prisoners. I'm absolutely going to join. This has been such a pleasure. I feel lighter. Take no, one second, love. Take no prisoners. I loved you participating, and I love your novellas in the comments as well. Please forgive me if I have not answered your most recent comment. I'll go back and I'll double check that I have, but I'm fairly certain that I have.
Mom,
if not, I really, really apologize.
Mom,
yes, love.
There's also another way to get to the membership. If you're subscribed, the subscribe button is replaced by join.
Oh, maybe. Okay, so according to Pip, because the young generation know everything about technology, if you are subscribed to my channel, the subscribe button will actually turn into join, and that will take you directly to joining the membership. But in any of my videos, there's a link. You just might have to scroll down a little bit. It's there intentionally so all of you guys can easily access it. Guys, honestly, my
I actually stayed alive for a long time without that happening.
Well, dude, I'm just about getting off, and that means you're just about getting off too. And I think dinner is just about ready as well. Let me catch up on comments before I bounce.
Yay.
Take no prisoners. You will love the membership. Honestly, not just you, everyone will. Jenna, haha, of course. They do 10 residencies in major cities. Are they collecting little for the club? Are they, I think you're asking about littles, like little people. No, I'm actually being shown something different, Jenna. I'm being shown there's something in the radio frequency or the tonality of the music that they're actually making. It's done intentionally to it's being shown to me actually like in this is really weird the way it's being shown to me. The firmament. It's being shown to me as a mental firmament that it's like a way of trapping people in their consciousness. So whatever current state there actually is, it's designed to trap them there so they can't so easily ascend. And it actually has to do with the tonality or the frequency of the music. That's what's going on with them. It doesn't have to do with the littles. Take no prisoners. Thank you for doing this, Faye. Guys, I love you. I just love you. Period. The end. T. Roberts. Well, I need to join. Yeah, I got you, T. Roberts. Because a lot of the videos you have asked for, a lot of the people you asked for are actually members' videos.
The AMA thing live stream should be a members' video.
I want to make it inclusive for everybody.
Okay.
Maybe that's going to be the first video when I get back. Real life. A doll just went flying across the room. Maybe that'll be the first video I do when I get back. It'll be a... All right. It'll be a members live stream AMA. I'm sorry. It'll be a live stream AMA, but not for members. I got to catch up on comments and then I got to bounce, guys. You are... okay. I love you, Steve. I love you, Jenna. Pip, you gotta thank you. Edgar Perez, have you ever done? You know what, Edgar? I haven't, but I'm happy to add Mickey Work to the list. I haven't looked into him. Yep. Okay. Love you back, everybody. They make fans do incantation. Yes. I love you guys. I'm gonna bounce. I gotta bounce. It's been a while. I'm hungry. I think my mom's dinner that she made hours ago is done, and we'll do this again soon, I promise. Maybe even in the next couple of weeks. I'll get the timestamps up as soon as I possibly can within some reasonable time frame. Again, it's 4 hours long, so it's going to take me some time to get through all of it, but I love you guys. Thank you all for being here, whether you join my membership or not. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm so glad that you guys are in my vibe tribe. Bye, guys. I love you, and I will see you all. And Pip says bye, too. Bye, guys. I love you, and you're most welcome, everyone. Good night.